The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Hi there, nice to be with you. Happy you could stick around. Like to introduce Legs Larry Smith, drums. And Sam Spoon's rhythm pole. And Vern Dudley Bohay Noel, bass guitar. And Neil Innes, piano. Come in, Rodney Slater, alto saxophone. With Roger Ruskin Spear on tenor sax. Hi, Vivian Stanchel, trumpet. Big hello to Big John Wayne, xylophone. And Robert Morley, guitar. Billy Butlin, spoons. And looking very relaxed, Adolf Hitler on vibes. Nice. Princess Anne on sousaphone. Introducing Liberace clarinet. With Garner Ted Armstrong on vocals. Lord Snooty and his pals tap dancing. In the groove with Harold Wilson violin. And Franklin McCormack on harmonica. Over there, Eric Clapton, ukulele. Hi, Eric. On my left, Sir Kenneth Clark, bass sax. Great honor, sir. And specially flown in for us, a Sessions gorilla on Vox Humana. Nice to see Incredible Shrinking Man on euphonium. Drop out with Peter Scott on duck call. Hearing from you later, Casanova on horn. Yeah, digging General de Gaulle on accordion. Really wild, General. Thank you, sir. Roy Rogers on trigger. Tune in Wild Band of Borneo on bongos. Count Basie Orchestra on triangle. Thank you. Great to hear the Rollinsons on trombone. Back from his recent operation, Dan Drupp, hot. And representing the Flower People, Quasimodo on bells. Wonderful to hear Brainiac on banjo. We welcome Baldunicans himself.
Here we go.
Appealing, Max
Here
Jaffa.
we go.
That's nice, Max.
That's nice, Max.
What a team, Zebra Kid and Horace Bachelor on percussion.
Here we go. Nearly done.
A great favourite and a wonderful performer, all of us here, J. Arthur Rank on gong.
03444991000 is the telephone number. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio with Time to Change. You can Skype as well, dear listener. If you're listening around the world, you can Skype us on Late Night Alternative. If you're watching on Periscope from anywhere in the world, just Skype us now. It's on my computer that's here. I'll see you and I'll just put you straight through. Late Night Alternative. Andre's called in. Good evening, Andre.
Hello, sir. Sorry, Ian.
10 years you've been doing that, Andre, and it's never once raised a laugh.
Yes, for me.
Well, that'll be the first thing you've raised in quite some time, I'd imagine. I'm frustrated because I've lost my good pen. I had my good pen behind my ear and I've lost it. Yes.
I haven't had no complaints, but listen, right?
Okay. If I knew what to complain to, I would. Yes, hello?
So I've phoned up recently. I've been a bit flued up.
Oh, yeah?
And so a lot of people have been saying a lot of it's going about. I wish there was so much beer going about, but that's just they say there's loads of this flu going about.
Your jokes are about as funny as James Corden's.
Oh, all right, well, never mind. But how are you anyway?
I've got this flu that's going around.
There's a lot of it about.
Isn't there just?
Yeah, I'll fancy singing a song. I'm starting to feel a bit better now.
Then sing us a song, buddy.
No, not tonight.
Do it. You just said you fancied singing a song.
Well, I've got one coming on. But let's have it maybe tomorrow. Yeah, let's get the show off to a good start.
Well, it's too late for that, Andre, I'm afraid. The best we can do is hope to pick up the pieces from your car crash of a call.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Well,
I'll switch during the week, yeah?
That'll be really... Well, it is during the week, Andre, but please, there's no rush. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number, the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee. Hello, Catherine Boyle.
Hello.
Yes, we have a cold. I have a cold, the royal we. Now, yesterday you were feeling a bit coldy, but today you seem fine.
I'm carrying it all in my head, and also I don't moan about it.
Oh, God, I moan about it a lot. I've got a splitting headache, feel really tired. But, we have got for you this evening a fantastic interview with the legendary Mr. Herb Alpert. He of Tijuana Brass. What's the one about the bull? The Lonely Bullfighter, I think, and, of course, the Casino Royale theme. We recorded this at 4:00, right? And it was kind of... Here's the thing. Most celebs are delightful, wonderful human beings, particularly creative ones, musicians, because that's, their background is being creative, and particularly if there's a musician who's big in the 60s, they're hip to the scene, man. But most musicians, public relations people, are not hip to any scene, and they're quite hard work. And we were struggling a little bit with the efficiency, let me say, of Mr. Alpert's PR. And I said to Kath, look, if we get one more email, let's just call it off, because it ain't worth it. Boy, oh boy, I'm so glad we didn't call it off. It's 17 minutes of a pure joy. And as we're finishing the interview... He's talking about his new Christmas album, but I got the feeling he didn't want to talk about his new Christmas album. But at the end of the interview, I said, well, Herb, thank you, man, I've really enjoyed that. He said, whoa. Well, before you go, let me play you a little bit. I thought, God, he's going to play... He's going to play a CD down the phone. This is going to be weird. And he didn't. He picked up a trumpet and he played the Spanish Flea. He played the Spanish Flea. Can't do it because I've got a cold. And then I laughed so much with glee, and I said, man, you couldn't do Casino Royale, could you? And let me see. And then he started playing Casino Royale down the phone to me.
And I saw 14-year-old Iain.
Oh, God, 14-year-old, 45-year-old, 70-year-old me. I was bouncing around the studio. Can you imagine that, Gatford? He blooming played the Casino Royale theme for me down the phone.
Are you sure he didn't just press play on the CD?
No, because he had what I used to think were bowler hats for trumpets. He had a mute in there.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Because it was 8:00 in the morning over there. God knows, because I wanted to do it later. I don't know why we had to do it 8:00, but it was 8:00 in the morning. And he said, I've got a mute in so the neighbours won't hear me.
As if the neighbours are anywhere near.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing that we didn't say, right, in the interview, but I did some research. And he ran A&M Records, okay? And the Carpenters were on there, loads of people. And he sold A&M Records in 1990. And this is 1990 money. So,
yep.
He sold it for $300 million. And then about 5 or 10 years later, he didn't like the direction that the company was going in, because he was still on the board, even though he'd sold it. So he sued them. He got another $200 million! Blimey!
Why didn't he just buy it back?
Well, I don't know, but...
He didn't want it anymore.
No.
He saw the internet coming and decided that the time had come to let go of the traditional record industry.
Honestly, it's a really good interview. And part of the reason I'm saying, maybe we do less interviews, is because my experience has been soured slightly in the arrangement of this, because this has taken months and months and months. But it's a really good interview. And he just sounds like an old 60s head, and it is and he's throwing out names like, well, the things I learnt from Sam Cooke, and I was talking to my good friend Dizzy Gillespie, and when I was playing with Louis Armstrong. Oh, it's brilliant. We're going to play that after 11. It's great.
Dropping names like nobody's business.
Oh, mate, the thing is, when you've worked with people like that, you drop as many of those bad boys as you want. What a lovely... He's got a Christmas album coming out, and we're going to start playing it from now, I think.
Does he play anything other than the trumpet, though?
No,
just wondering if he's versatile.
No, I don't know, actually. I would imagine he possibly does. But he had a hit. He sang on a hit, didn't he?
Yes. This boy's in love with you.
But because his singing voice isn't great. It's the only voice he's done. But it's quite a simple... But it's a nice... He dedicates it to his wife. It's lovely.
Not as good as yours, obviously.
No, God, no. And have you seen, if you go to youtube.com/rabbit hole, what's that just dropped? Yeah, it's, what I believe is called a webisode or a vlog, that's promoting my debut solo album, Feelings. So get onto YouTube and check it out. Subscribe, because there's plenty more of those coming, and there's a whole documentary coming as well.
Subscribe and turn on those notifications.
You better believe it, buddy.
So I'm told. By the way, I've got your pencil. I'll swap it for the sellotape.
Literally no idea what the man's talking about. He's getting his hands nowhere near my sellotape. That much I know. Good evening, Mark.
Oh, hello, how's it going? All right?
It's going very, very well, Mark. A fiery start to the show. 3 calls in, and we haven't even thrown out anything to talk about yet. This is gold. Hey, and by the way, Mark.
Yes.
We're making a documentary tonight. Loads of people have been getting in touch with me saying, Ian, your show is so brilliant. And so I thought it would be nice of me to show people at home, you, Mark, and other sad cases, just what goes in to making the sweat, the blood, and I'm going to say it, spunk, that goes in to making this kind of show. So you'll soon be able to watch this, Mark. So, Mark, all I'm going to say is, if you want to be in the documentary, up your game a little bit, because so far it's quite a flat call. Quite flaccid.
Well, look, just in case the documentary, someone from the Dole office watches it, this is Bert in Czechoslovakia.
Okie dokie. I see we've got a criminal on the line. A lot of my listeners are criminals. I don't approve of it. Very naughty. What you got for us, Mark?
Yeah, well, normally I stopped calling Talk Radio because I found there's I don't know, but I just heard you talking about...
hang on, you found there's what? You stopped calling Talk Radio because you found there's what?
Well, I just saw something in Private Eye the other day saying the guy that owns LBC has got a £90 million apartment just down the road from that Grenfell Tower, and then I hear people banging on LBC thinking they're talking to people that can help them. Don't understand that the guy that owns the station...
Didn't I hear you make this point on LBC the other night?
No, you didn't. That was Bert from Czechoslovakia.
Okay. But so what if the bloke that owns LBC... Of course the bloke that owns LBC is going to be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, but it's from his old man who put it all offshore. He's a bookmaker,
So what? The bloke who owns this is a multi-millionaire. So what? Why would that stop you listening to or phoning in a speak station?
It stopped me calling in because when you hear people calling up thinking they're talking to organisations that are going to help them, that don't understand... they're part of the problem.
Hang on a minute. But surely a rate... First of all, right...
Yes.
I can imagine that the presenters on LBC... I know for a fact they're earning a great deal more than me. I would imagine that James O'Brien has got to be 8, 9, 10 times what I'm earning. Right. Wait, okay, I'm just picking his name, because I imagine he's on 8, 9, 10 times what I'm earning, right?
No.
Yeah, probably, which is fine, right?
You should earn more than him.
No. Of course I shouldn't. I've got a 20th of his listeners. I've got a 20th. But here's the thing, right? When you phone up to speak to a radio, like the person that owns this is a multi-millionaire. You know who owns this station, don't you?
Who is it?
Murdoch.
No.
There we go, you see.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that.
Right, so you're going to stop phoning me because Rupert Murdoch... He's not listening?
Yeah, but now that I know that, I could get to meet Jerry Hill because you might be able to wangle it for me.
Okay. But here's the thing, right? He's a millionaire, is he a billionaire? I don't know.
He's a billionaire,
right, he's a billionaire, right? But I'm not. But you're not phoning up to talk to Rupert Murdoch. You're phoning up to talk to me.
I know, but look, Ian. It's not about shouting the odds. It's about knowing that when you finally wake up and realise people that wrap themselves in the Union Jack and don't pay a penny tax here. And then when you see that ghastly fire in that place... And
I don't understand. I did hear you on LBC talking about this the other day. I don't understand why... What on earth... The fact that the bloke who owns LBC is a multi-millionaire...
Yeah.
What's that got to do with Grenfell? That's a very tenuous link you're making up.
Look, Ian, look. Basically, for someone like me that didn't have an education and knows nothing about nothing...
That's not obvious.
Obvious, but when I look up at trying to teach myself about basic economics, that you see, if people don't pay into a system, then the cost of a sprinkler system in that place, which works out at seven children at Boris Johnson...
No, Mark, I'm not going to let you do that. Again, I ask you the question, because you can't say... You can't talk about 7 dead children and somehow... No, you are, Mark. And somehow connect that to the boss of a radio station. That's the ramblings of a lunatic.
No, I didn't say 7 dead children. I said the cost of 7 Etonian children that go to Eton, the cost of 7 children...
What's that got to do with the bloke who runs a radio station?
It's the cost of a sprinkler system in a tower block.
So what?
Well, people are not paying into the system.
How do you know this man doesn't pay tax? Of course he pays tax.
They all put it offshore, they all do.
Oh, shut up. So you don't even know that for sure? You're just lumping every... Of course you... Right, first of all, right... I'm assuming you mean the person that owns Global, right? I've got no idea who it is. That's the company that owns that radio station.
Table.
Right, okay, whatever, right? But he's employing hundreds of people just to work on that radio station.
The Nazis employed tens of millions of people. It doesn't make them good people, does it?
No, but but they're paying tax.
The people were paying tax in Nazi Germany. The railway was the state owned. It paid every Jew that was on the train.
You're nagging a minute, Mark. You're actually insane. You've suddenly gone from me talking about the boss of a radio station to talking about Jews working in Nazi Germany. Mark, no, it's not, mate. You're no, it's fifth form economics, and you're embarrassing yourself, mate.
No, I'm pointing out that no matter what country you talk about, you could talk about some vile regime.
Mark, focus on the thing, right? What has the boss of a big radio station got to do with Grenfell? And the answer to that, and I'm going to tell you, mate, is absolutely nothing.
Can I just talk about the flu cure for you?
After that, probably not. That was weird, wasn't it?
That was nuts. How would you equate that, right? We know for a fact that Kensington and Chelsea Council is the richest in Europe. It's not through lack of funds because of people paying or not paying their taxes. What is he on about?
And also, you're not going to phone up a radio station because the owner of it is a multi-millionaire and may or may not have offshore funds. He probably has, but I'm sure he pays tax legitimately. And Grenfell and Jews in Nazi Germany? Jeez, even by our caller standard, that was nuts.
But anyway, about your flu.
Jojo's unhappy. Finding out Murdoch owns Talk Radio is like a punch in the face. I'm surprised George Galloway works for him. I can tell you exactly why George Galloway works for him, because George has told me. He pays good, and he lets us say what we want to say. I've had this conversation with George. He pays good, and he lets him say what he wants to say. So why is it a punch in the face? It's not a secret. I've mentioned it loads. It's not a secret. I mean, if you really want to know who owns different, if you think there might be an ethical issue about listening to a radio station or reading a newspaper or whatever because you're worried about who owns it, well then go and Google it. The information's out there. It's no secret. Rupert Murdoch bought this station last year. News International, News Corps, whatever it's called, bought it. Now, if you feel that you want to switch off, he's owned it for about a year. If you feel you want to switch off because of that, right, and you've been listening for the last 12 months and you've been enjoying it with this show or any of the other shows for the last 12 months, and you feel you want to switch off now to deprive yourself of the fun and the light and the entertainment and the silliness and the joy that we're going to bring you this evening, well, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Because, here's the thing. Murdoch don't care. If anything, you switching off because of that makes my position, more dangerous. Because if I don't have the listeners, then there's no reason he'll keep me and he'll bring in Home Alone with Carol Malone. So, I'm urging you to stay. The way to fight the power is to support the power. How nuts is that? I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio, and with time to change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. So here's another... Might as well just go for him. We got an Uber today. There's everybody else switching off. We got an Uber today, and it was the weirdest one I've ever been in. And I thought it was weird as we approached it because he had Tic Tacs, 3 packets of Tic Tacs on his dashboard, wedged in between the dashboard and the windscreen.
3 different flavours.
3 different flavours. I thought, okay. And we got him, and it was like a little corner shop in there. there was a Tupperware tub strapped down to like the sort of in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, full of sweeties. Like, and there were like biscuits and celebrations, Haribos.
And then did you see on the back of the headrests, he'd used rubber bands to attach drinks of water.
Yep. And then did you see what else was for sale? Well, I think we're free. Tissues and paracetamol.
And some Vaseline.
It was
I was thinking, do you get the whole thing or just a dab?
It was the strangest thing, but it's not that strange, because I seem to remember in India, that's a bit of a thing. I seem to remember seeing that in India. But it's a bit of a thing, but it was very peculiar. And, I mean, he was a terrible driver. He went down the wrong way, he went down a one-way street.
He did a bit, yes. But he was trying to make us feel welcome, and I appreciate it.
I thought he tried. You can try too hard, can't you?
Wow.
You can try too hard, I think. And I think this guy was definitely trying too hard. I really do. Let's go to Alfie. Good evening, Alfie.
Is that you, Ian?
I think it is. Is that you, Alfie?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I was still laughing about trying too hard.
He was. He had sweeties and everything. It made me feel uncomfortable.
He was a proper nice fella, probably, mate.
He was a lovely.
Overanalyzing it.
He was a lovely bloke. But he made me. He did make me feel. It made me feel uncomfortable. It's like when you go. It's like when you're in a shop, right? And someone comes up to you. You're in like a sofa shop, right? And someone comes, can I help you, sir? No, I'm just looking. Have you considered this? No, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
If they do it a third time, I'm out. If they go, well, we've got a great sale on this. Do you know what, buddy? I've told you twice. I'm off. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to go to DFS. They've got a sale on. And I will do that in a shop. Or if I'm buying... Well, I was buying a suit last week, and we went to collect it today. In House of Fraser, I couldn't find anybody to help me. I went up to because I wasn't sure if they had concessions in there. So I went up to one lady who worked there, and I said, I want to try this suit on. Can you help me? She went, oh, no. You have to go and speak to someone over there. I was like, right.
Mrs. Slocum, probably.
Yeah, and I was like, right. And she said, well, do you want me to get someone for you? And I went, yeah, because I'm about to spend 250, 300 knicker on a suit. Yes, I would like you to get someone to help me, please, if you don't mind. Anyway, Alfie, what have you got for us? I think we're having a little bit of a problem with our internet and Periscope tonight, so apologies for that. But, Alfie, what have you got for us?
What I've got for you, fella,
yes.
When you said you was interviewing Herb, Mr. Herb Alpert.
Yep.
It just, I was just, because I don't know if I've told you, I'm a big music lover, mate. I've been a vinyl junkie.
Oh, I remember you. Yes, of course I do. Yeah.
Proper vinyl junkie.
Proper hardcore.
Beat digger. Yeah, proper hardcore. Beat digger. Back in the 80s with the little kids, Fisher Price and the rubber gloves, that old chestnut.
Yes, rubber gloves.
Just wondered if you've ever come across the track Rise by Herb Alpert on A&M. Please play it.
Do you know what? It rings a bell. Hang on.
Yeah, it will do. Because when you hear it, you'll think of something else. Because someone else made the sample very popular.
Mate, my internet's gone to cock, so I can't play it. Could you sing it for us, please?
Yeah, all right. Shut up, it's an instrumental.
What's it sing? He sang an instrumental down the phone to us.
It's called, the track's called
Yeah,
Rise.
It doesn't matter, I've got no internet. I can't find it.
I know that. I did hear you, son. I did hear you.
Then sing it, you pudding.
I can't sing an instrumental, mate.
He sang an instrumental. It's not. I can sing. Here we go. I'll sing an instrumental. See if you can guess what this is. Right. This is for Alfie only. Okay. I'm going to sing an instrumental.
Go on, then.
Dun 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 dun.
Harold Faltermeyer, isn't
Yeah, exactly. I just sung a bloody instrumental.
Can I do one?
Yes, of course you can.
Here you go. Ready, Alfie? Brace yourself.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's gone. I'm an old man. My brain's gone.
Yeah,
now.
but basically, we have proven. Right. Right. Please sing "Rise" by Herb Alpert.
Right. dum 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 doo doo. No, mate.
You absolute idiot! You can't sing an instrumental. What are you thinking? What was he thinking? What a plum! What a plum! What a... Oh, what's this? What's this? Hey. Someone very kindly sent me a 2-disc Herb Alpert's Greatest Hits. That sounds like the beginning to the theme tune to Minder. Is that what sampled it? I wouldn't say it was one of Herb's classics.
Where's the trumpet?
Yeah.
There it is.
That's great, isn't it? Coming up on BBC London this morning, we'll be talking about what's happening in your area, your part of town today. This great market happening in Camden. We'll be speaking to some Vietnamese street food sellers who'll be bringing in some wonderful, delicious Vietnamese street food. Jamoki Fashlu will be in to talk about worship in the African community. And we'll also be hearing what it's like to be a blind Muslim lady. That's all coming up on BBC London Sundays with you. Hey, I'm getting a phone call on Skype from someone whose name is a swastika. Uh-oh. This can only end well. Hello, Vortex. Hello, Vortex. Hello,
what's up?
Hey, man, how's it going?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going very well. It's very controversial. You having your name is according to this is Swastika Vortex Swastika. That's an unusual name you've chosen there.
I know, it's because this ain't actually my account.
Ah, you're just friends with a Nazi.
I'm watching the stream on YouTube and it keeps saying Ian's having Wi-Fi problems. I don't know why it says that.
Well, can I give you a clue?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm having Wi-Fi problems.
Is it because your IP's 82.118.4?
I don't know. I don't know. It could be because of that, or it could be because
it's because I keep DDoSing you, bro. Sorry about that.
You keep what? Oh, we've got a 4 channel. No, it's not that at all.
Yo,
no, it's because Vortex. The Vortex. Let me. We got a 4 channel. Oh, we got 4 channel. It's exciting. We made it. Hey, can I speak now? Swastika?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you, buddy. No, it's not because you keep doxing us. It's because the internet.
I'm not doxing you. I'm DDoSing you.
Okay, that's.
You live.
That.
Give me a sec. If I am correct,
yes.
You are in a. Give me a sec. You are. It's London.
18. We're in 18 Hatfields.
Global Service Limited, and you're on Wired currently, right? And your postal code is EC2N3AR.
No, the postcode is SE1 8DJ.
Shit, well, I got the postcode wrong, but it comes up on there.
Okay, well, you've got the wrong... Anyway, no, it's not because you... Got that. What was one?
I'm not a stupid fucking nigger.
Whoa, we go, you see. I think you are an effing N-word. How rude. No, the reason that... We got both those, didn't we, Sam? I should just say, Swastika Vortex Swastika, that we have a 7-second delay, so you can come on. You're welcome to come on. But if you swear, it doesn't get broadcast. I've got a dump button, so it don't work. But, no, because what did he say? He's beatboxing us. He's hacking in...
Something dotty.
He's hacking into our mainframe.
Well, he's not, though, is he?
No, he's not. No, the reason that the internet is a little bit dodgy-bodsky is because, and this may be a tough concept for you to understand, Swastika Vortex Swastika, the Wi-Fi is rubbish all the time. It constantly is. Oh, he's hung up.
Aww.
That's a shame.
His mum's probably told him to go to bed.
Well, now look, do you know what? I've learnt a lesson there, not to judge people, because I saw his name was Swastika Vortex Swastika, and I thought he might be a rude little so-and-so, and he was a charming young man with an interest in information technology. So good for him. And boy, oh boy, when his voice breaks, that girly laugh will sadly no longer be part of his lifestyle. I enjoyed that. Someone's trying to crash our internet, and it's true.
And also trying to expose our address, which is freely available on the internet.
If you want our address, it's 18 Hatfields, London, SE1 8DJ, not EC.
You could just Google that. I don't know how hard you've been working for that, but just Google it, mate.
Thank you, mate. I enjoyed that. That was fun. We'll get you back again, buddy. 03444991000 if you're a child, a virgin, someone who's never seen naked breasts except on Pornhub, you can Skype us Late Night Alternative. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
If you were watching on Periscope, you would have heard some of the bad language there. I do apologise. I don't think it went out on the radio, but if it did, I know it's an adult show, but we don't like bad language like that. Have we got our delay back, Sam? We've got our delay back. All right, because we've got another one. 1, 2, 3. Kappa Spam. Now, Kappa Spam. Oh, he's listen. Are you there? Kappa? No. Okay, he's bottled it. Let's go. Let's try. Oh, we've got another. If you've come here to troll us, you've come to the wrong place, buddy. Who is this, please?
The cowboy. Yes, it's me, Chuck Winkle.
Is this actually Chuck Winkle, or is this a soundboard? Because we've had a little bit of problem with the last couple of calls. So is this? Can you prove you are a real human being?
Well, it's the actual cause I've called about, but you can test me if you like, John Wayne. I'm sure to be able to get past through any test.
Catherine, can we ask him a question that
Sure.
would only Chuck Winkle would know the answer to?
Know.
Hi, Kath.
Hello, Chuck Winkle, if indeed that is your name.
I think is that swastika dude.
Tell us who is the current dictator of North Korea.
Kim Jong-un.
There we go. Okay, fine.
But then again, a good soundboard would have that on there, wouldn't it?
No, it's definitely me.
Okay.
And that.
Okay, well, let's assume it's you. Chuck, what you got for us?
Well, I just heard that you're under a bit of a cyber attack, are you?
Yes, we are under a cyber attack from Vortex and 123 Kappa Spam.
Is he working for Putin?
For what?
Bloody Putin.
Oh, I thought you meant Putang. He probably is, actually. Yes, probably.
Right. Well, this is actually very interesting at all, because we in America we've never had a serious attack from Nazi Vortex Nazi with it.
Just say that again, Chuck. I didn't quite understand. A Nazi tech?
So I think we're breaking up because I'm over in America. We in America have had a lot of attacks from this Nazi Vortex. What's his name? Swastika?
Swastika Vortex Swastika, yes. Is he one of the kingpins?
He currently number one on the America Most Wanted.
Oh, flipping heck! We had him on the internet on the show.
Yeah, we've been trying to track him down for quite a while now. He's a right little knobhead, and so we're hoping to if we could track his address, that'd be very good.
Well, he's calling in again, but I'm not going to let him on again because he was very it was very, very naughty. We won't be letting him on again.
Right. Well, if you could pass his details on to me, I'll put him on the FBI.
Oh. Okie dokie. Well, hang on a second, Chuck. Hang on. Let me get FBI phone number. There must be. Why don't we just phone up the FBI now, and you can tell them now. Hang on. 3841,000. Let's just call up the FBI and see.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. Yeah. Don't worry.
You've reached the Federal Bureau of Investigation, New York Division. If you're a law enforcement official or if you're reporting bank robbery or crime against children, press 1. Oh. If you're calling to report identity theft, an internet scam, or telephone scam, press 2.
How do I press 2?
To report any other type of federal crime, press 3.
I don't know how to press.
If you're calling...
I'm going to press... I don't know how to...
Community outreach, press 4.
I don't know how to press the thing.
Options again, press 5.
Just...
To an operator, please press 6.
I don't know how to... I can't...
If you hold, I'll put you through.
Okay, let's hold.
Surely.
Let's hold.
Jack and Nori. Try that.
Jack and Nori. Oh, flippin' heck! Oh.
I told you.
Good evening, FBI. Good evening.
Howdy, cowboy. We've been tracking a certain kind of guy recently. Swastika, Vortex Swastika, and we found him. Hello?
You've reached the FBI. How can we help you?
Right, just to let you know, we got him. It's Chuck Winkle here. So you don't have to look for him anymore. Okay, then. I think you put phone down here now, please.
I'm sure they'll be in touch, Chuck.
That was a bit fruity, wasn't it, eh? Gosh, suddenly got very hot in here.
I've just pulled my panties.
Me too.
Me three.
Hey. Well, I'll be honest, Chuck, I've had a great time working here, and I've had a great time living in this country, and now I look forward to getting bummed in an American prison.
I'm going to go undercover for a while.
I think that would be an excellent idea. Chuck, thank you very much indeed. This is the late night alternative. We're going to get in so much trouble. We're in so much, I'm genuinely scared. This is the late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem or possibly a deportation problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference.
You're on your own.
Search Time to Change to find out more.
After hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
G'day, coppers. Can I crash on your floor? The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Just to say, if some of that bad language may have gone out on the radio about 15 minutes ago, we hit the dump button hard, and we hit the dump button twice, as we have a double dump facility here. But some of you may have heard some indoor language that may have been offensive. What you would have heard is the F word, and you might have heard the N word. That's what went out, possibly. I'd like to think it didn't, because I did hit the dump button. What we need to do... So, first of all, genuine apologies if you were offended by that language, if you heard it, if you had kids up at this time of night. What are you thinking, having kids up at this time of night? But... you know this show, it's all about fun, it's all about knockabout, silly humour. Certainly the M-word cannot be justified in any way whatsoever, and the F-word is inappropriate to be broadcast even at this time of night. So genuine apologies. If you're watching on Periscope, you'll get all the extra stuff anyway. But what we need to do is and Jonathan and Roy, stay there, I'll come to you in a bit, but we now need to test the dump button. We need to make sure this is working, because I'm an acrobat, and I may be a very bold and daring acrobat, but boy, oh boy, I need my safety net. So, how are we going to test the dump button? Right, this is it. We need someone to call in who's listening to us on a radio, on DAB. Not listening to us online, but is listening to us on a DAB radio. So, we can't carry on the show until we find out if the dump button is working. So, if you're listening to this at home on a DAB radio, can you give us a call, please? On the telephone, not on the Skype. 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. So we need someone, and we need you to have the DAB near you, because we're going to do what you don't normally do on the radio. Normally it's, can you turn your radio off, please? Can you turn your radio on, please? We want to hear if the dump button is working.
Instead of using a swear word, can we use a safe word?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, then. So we just need... Hang on a minute. Roy, hang on. Let me just... You get that person and give him a call back. I think Rob might be able to help us out. I noticed that Matthew Stevenson, who streams this show on YouTube and Grab It and Twitch and all of that stuff, he says, we've been invaded. And there's a few few trolls. Trolls in the proper sense. I get called a troll, I'm not. But, and they've got names like Heil Hitler Spam 123 Faggots. And and these are kids, right? These are kids. We heard that first lad, and he keeps phoning out. I'm not going to put him back on. But they're kids. Right? He sounded, 14, 15 at a pinch.
Yeah.
And, I would be so upset if my boys, at any point, thought that kind of... And listen, we all have on-air humour and off-air humour, right? And my off-air humour gets pretty near the knuckle. But if I was going online and using the name Heil Hitler Spam 123 Faggots, geez, I mean, if my boys were doing that, I'd be heartbroken. I think, where have we gone wrong?
And that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing, right? The millennials have got a name for being easily offended and for being snowflakes and all that stuff. Well, there's an option. Yeah. You can either be a standard millennial or you can be an idiot like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's try Rob. Well, this is going to work. Rob.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear. Well, just about. Are you driving a truck?
No, I'm driving. Can you not hear it? Let me see if this is any better. Is that any better?
It's exactly the same, but it'll do. Right. Have you got a DAB radio there?
Yes, I have.
Right. Can you turn it on nice and loud so we can hear it?
Hang on a minute. I've got all confused. I'm sorry. I'm listening to you on the connected call now because I've got the DAB in the car.
Thanks for calling. This is not difficult. Let's try David. Hello, David.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, David. Have you got a DAB radio there?
I have, sir.
Can you turn it up nice and loud, please? And what we should hear is me from a little while ago.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear your previous caller?
Yes, I can.
Let's try David. Hello, David.
About 30 seconds.
Hello, Ian. Hello,
right. David, you keep nice and quiet. I'm going to count to 20, and I'm going to press the dump button at 7. Okay?
Okay.
Right, well, this is going to be a nightmare. Right, turn the radio off for a second.
David, you keep nice and quiet.
Right, because otherwise... Let's turn the radio off for 30 seconds, because otherwise it's all going to be layers upon layers, wheels within wheels. No!
Oh, hang on.
Turned it on. Let's just have silence for a little bit. Then what we'll do is we'll turn it back on in a bit. Not yet. And I want you to be silent, David, and I will count from 1 to 20. And at number 7, I'm going to press the dump button, and we will hear on the radio what happens. And then at number... I'm going to count to 30, and I'm going to press the dump button twice. At 7 and at 14. 7 and 12.
Okay.
It doesn't really make any difference. Right, David, we should be clear. Turn the radio on and you keep quiet, sir. Hello?
Hello, yeah, just wait for my radio to wake up.
And I'm going to press the dump button twice. At 7 and at 14. 7
1
and 12.
No, when do I start counting?
Right.
Now.
David, we should be clear. Turn the radio on and you keep quiet, sir.
1, 2,
8,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
14, 2, 16, 9, 18,
4, 5, 6, 18, 20. Right, that's not working, is it? That should work. Why would that not work? That's a flaw. David really balls it up. That's a flawless system. Right, now, Sam has typed the second one both times didn't dump, but did the first one dump both times? I don't know.
Right, okay.
But then the delay hadn't built up for the second one, had it? There should have been. So we got a problem with the delay.
Second.
Right. Oh, right. So right. So the first dump went, but then the dump on 12 didn't go. So we haven't got the double dump. We've got a dump. Old school. We're playing it old school, guys.
Well,
It's the way I was brought up. It's my training has always been a single dump. This double dump nonsense I thought was never going to work. And now we've been proved absolutely right. We're back to the old school. Single dump. Angela?
Single dump? This double dump nonsense I thought was never going to work.
Angela?
Yeah.
We've been proved
Hello.
absolutely right.
Hiya, is that Ian?
Hello, is that Angela?
Single dump.
Yeah.
Right. Turn your radio off for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Angela?
Yeah. All right, I'll turn the radio off.
I need a better system. So what I'm going to do is, when I ask you to turn the radio on, I want you to be quiet, and I'm going to sing Barbara Ann. And I think that will be a better way of testing the dump than counting. Because that got very confusing, didn't it?
Yeah.
OK, so Angela, in your own time, turn the radio on, but don't say anything, please.
Counting. Because that got very confusing, didn't it?
Yeah.
OK, so Angela, in your own time, turn the radio on, but don't say anything, please.
Come take my hand, dump, Barbara Ann. You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann.
Dump, Barbara Ann. You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann. Dump,
Barbara Ann. Take rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann. Barbara. Right, I thought I could do. This isn't. Why is this movie? This is so difficult.
Right.
What is going on?
I'm writing an email to the boss saying...
Ian's having a breakdown on the bloody radio.
Well, he knows that.
He can't get his head around the dump situation.
The double dump doesn't work. Worth telling the other presenters and getting the other engineers to have a look at it.
Tell him we had some ripe language, including the F and the N.
I said we've apologised for the possible partially leaked
Flippin'
F word.
knickers.
No, they didn't hear knickers.
Did they not? Did you not hear knickers?
No.
Oh, you missed out on some great knickers. Right, hang on a second. Joe!
Hello. It's right there. Oh, hello.
Yes, Joe, hello.
Hello, Ian. Hello. Thank you for a class show tonight. It's just been pure class, man. Oh, it's been brilliant, Ian. Superstar.
Thank you.
Mate, it's been great.
Thank you.
It's all right. And you, Kath. It's been brilliant. Ian, I phoned up because I've got a DAB radio.
Right. Should we try the dump again?
Come again?
Hello. Shall we try the dump again?
I don't know. It's up to you. It's your radio show, Ian. Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay. Right, so what I want you to do is turn the radio on, and I want you to just talk excitedly.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll turn it up. Hang on. Again. Oh, it's you and me on the radio. Okay.
Turn the radio on, I want you to just talk excitedly.
Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll turn it up. Ian, I love your new trailer as well, man. Wow. It's class. Oh, mate. Ian, when's this awards ceremony thing that you're involved with?
I've got no idea what's happening tonight. I don't think I've had any night nurse yet. I'll save that for when I get home. Although I think it would enrich the situation no end. Jonathan, Roy and Kyle, stay there. Well, I think we all need a bosom for a pillow. No, we all need a little Breakington, because I've got no idea what has just happened in this first hour of radio. I had some really good stuff to talk about. I know I'm not feeling well, but I don't understand what just happened in that last 20 minutes. If you want to take part in the show, dear listener, you'd be very, very welcome. You can call us 0344 499 1000. I do hope the judges have made up their mind for this awards show on Thursday, and they're not listening just in case. I think, well, let's just check out a few more of these shows and see where we can get to. You can give us a call. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can Skype a late night alternative if you want to. You'd be very, very welcome. We don't have a double dump, but we do have the single dump, which is for me, that's like going old school. That's like Darth Vader's lightsaber compared to Kylo Ren's lightsaber. This is proper. This is what I was trained with. This is my comfort zone. I am in charge. I am in control. I am a powerful, strong, virile man. who's losing his voice, by the way. I should probably stress that. I think we can make that work. So, if you want to give us a call, 0344 499 1000, Skype a late night alternative. Don't forget, of course, you can listen to us on DAB. Download the app, the Talk Radio app for Android and proper phones, and you can also listen to us on talkradio.co.uk. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more.
Talk Radio.
03. I'm loving tonight. It's great we've got some kids listening and interacting. Genuinely, I think it's thrilling. Well done. If you want to call in, you're welcome. Just watch the language. That's the only thing, you know. Just watch the language. I'd love to have a chat with you. Vortex, probably not you tonight, mate. I think we've done that, but everyone else is welcome to. If you're watching on periscope.tv/Iain Lee, I warn you, it will get a little bit fruity this evening. Okay, so bear that in mind. You're listening to the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio, and of course with Time to Change.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Kick out the jams, brothers and sisters! Kick out the jam! Yes! Kick out the jam! I have to kick them out! Yes, I'm starting to sweat, you know my shirt's all wet, what I'm feeling. It's the sound that abounds and resounds off the ceiling. You gotta have it, baby, you can't do it without it. When you get the feeling you got, so come on, put that mic in my hand and let me kick out the jam. Yes, kick out the jam. I have to kick out.
For a second, I worried that was the uncensored version. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. You're listening to Talk Radio. You can listen on DAB, online at talkradio.co.uk, or download the Talk Radio app. And don't forget, we have podcasts every single day. The best bits of the show and the interviews as well. You can get those on iTunes or your usual podcast provider. Having some fun tonight. And I realise I sound like an old man when I say that, but we're having some fun. We got some kids who are doxing us, de-doxing us, which means they attack our server. Now, I'm not sure. Someone will know better than me. There's a couple of attacks. The one I think it is where they bombard it with hundreds and hundreds of messages so the server overloads. That's what they said they're doing. But it won't affect the radio, the broadcast of the radio, because that's a separate thing altogether. But I'm not convinced if it is working. The Periscope's a little bit fiddly, but Periscope is quite often a little bit fiddly. We've got terrible Wi-Fi here. Absolute. I mean, someone could come and cut the Wi-Fi cable, right? And we still wouldn't particularly notice much of a difference. So if you're watching on Periscope, welcome. Periscope.tv/Iain Lee. You can call in 0344 499 1000, or you can Skype in Late Night Alternative. I should just lay out the rules. We've got a lot of young people listening because it's half term, and that's great. And I hope you're having a really good half term. If you do swear or use racial language, we will dump it. We haven't got the double dump. We've got the single dump, which means that if you swear, I can cut you off and I can dump it, so it doesn't get broadcast. Okay, so with that in mind, with that framework, you can still have a lot because swears are funny. I find swears hilarious. I do find an unexpected S or F or even a C bomb can be hilarious, but you've got to be a master to be able to do it. So within that framework that you can't swear, just have a think about what else you can do. You've got access to a national radio station, international, people listening all around the world, okay? You can do anything you want apart from swear, right? Or be use racial language. But that's like a tiny little arsenal of weaponry. That's like just having a catapult compared to the huge, vast arsenal of cannons and guns and bombs that you have at your disposal in terms of phoning up and having fun on a radio station. So with that in mind, 03444991000, late night alternative on Skype. Jonathan, I'll come to you in a minute. Roy's been waiting a little bit longer. Good evening, Roy.
Oh, hi, Ian.
Hey, Roy.
You all right?
Got a cold. Apart from that, I'm great.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice.
Yep. Apart from that, I'm groovy, man.
Has that come on in the last day or so?
Yes, it has. Are you a doctor?
Well, I could be if you'd like me to. You'd like to role play?
No, I think I'm all right, you kinky little devil.
I tell you what, you've got some talented guys on the show tonight, haven't you? These young lads.
Well, they're obviously computer whiz kids.
I reckon they'll be having their own shows on BBC Three if they carry on like that.
Well,
you know?
They're going to have to stop bandying that foul language around as much as they are. But no, they're brilliant. I think it's brilliant that we've got young people getting involved.
I didn't hear any foul language myself.
It doesn't matter.
But I've been listening on the mobile phone, so maybe it doesn't come out then. I don't know.
Maybe.
But they're very talented, and they're probably going to be having their own series on BBC Three next year or something like that.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
If those guys are listening,
yes,
you're very funny. Yeah. Keep it up.
Yeah. You realise that we sound like the oldest farts in town?
Well, I am.
Oh,
I'm older than you, so...
Blimey, well, you must be old then.
Well, I am bloody old. I should really be in bed, with a hot water bottle.
Yes. Well, don't let us stop you, Roy.
No, okay, all right, mate.
Thank you, bye-bye. Let's go to Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Jonathan.
Word of advice, do not antagonise 4chan. They got Donald Trump into the White House. They could do whatever they like to you.
They could get me into the White House.
Well, if you play your cards right, they may do that.
Fine. Hey, here we go. This is taking a long time to set up this interview, but about 3 months ago I saw a book online that interested me. And then I approached someone on Twitter, and they went quiet. Then they approached... anyway, I've just had an email. Hi, Ian, from a guy called Will. Thanks for your email address. Reed Summers is the son and representative of Marshall Vian Summers. Now, I believe Marshall Vian Summers is God's representative on Earth. I think that's how he's been sold to me. He would like to do an interview with you. Would this interview be live with a call-in? How long a duration would you anticipate? What dates work with you? So this is going to happen. Hang on a second. This has just sent me a YouTube clip. Hang on, let's see what this is. You might like this, Jonathan. Hang on.
I'm joined today in what I think will be a very, very interesting interview by Reed Summers, who's the director of the Society for the New Message from God. He's the son of the messenger, Marshall Vian Summers. I'm so fascinated, Reed, by everything you guys have going on over there. I mean, for people who aren't familiar, first of all, with the Society for the New Message from God, is this a church within a religion? Is it a religion in and of itself? How do you describe it?
Great opening question. I'm in.
Well, first and foremost, it is a new message from God. It is a communication from the creator of all life for people of all religions and people of no religion. So first and foremost, it is a message. It is also a worldwide community and a movement worldwide.
We're going to have great fun
amongst
with
men
this.
and women
What
in over
is the
106
message?
countries at this point.
What is the message?
Who are undertaking a return to their own natural, innate spirituality.
What is the message?
And seeking to find their own unique contribution to a world in need.
What is the message?
And what does that mean in terms of the sort of physical manifestation? Is there a physical
Next question is,
building
what is the
of prayer
message?
that exists, or is this sort of an amorphous community with people spread out throughout the world, as you mentioned, in over 100 countries?
No. What is the message?
People spread out around the globe. You know, we are based in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
But we have people everywhere around the world. Our works are translated into over 23 languages.
Okay.
And we gather.
What do they say?
Worldwide. So it's a worldwide movement of people really rising up at this time of unbelievable challenge, conflict, and division in our world, rising up to make their own unique contribution, inspired by this spiritual power which lives within them and lives within all people.
So you are not a Christian organization?
No, we are not.
Wow.
We're not.
Okay, well, that guy's coming on the show. It'll be better. I'm going to have to take notes.
And the question is,
what's the message? What is the message? Anyway, Jonathan, go on.
Yeah, well, that would be a better interview than most of your recent ones.
Thanks very much.
And some of the latest callers too, huh?
Yeah, there's too many interviews about the music industry and too many interviews with left-wing so-called comedians.
Hang on a minute. Name one what on this show are you talking about?
Yeah.
Name one left-wing social comedian I've had on this show.
That in Sky last night.
Right, okay, that's one. Name two.
There was another guy who wrote those books that your kids like about Christmas. You asked him to write.
No. You said comedian, left-wing comedian.
Well, they're all a bunch of comedians to me.
Oh, come on, Jonathan, you're better than that. One's an author, one's a comedian. We've had one. As far as I can remember, I think we've only had one comedian on the show, and that's because he was raising money for a woman who's got cancer.
Well, if you're going to put comedians on, at least put ones on that are funny, like Chris Barry.
No, but first of all, Chris Barry isn't a comedian. I don't think you know what a comedian is. He's an actor. Robin was on because he's doing a show to raise money for someone who's got cancer.
I didn't hear that show.
Right.
Hang on a minute. Whenever you put on the interviews.
Right. Okay. So you don't even know what was said. So you don't even know what was said in the interview. You don't know what it was about. You don't know if he. You don't know anything about it. You just know that he was on, and that's it.
Yeah, I tune out when I hear, oh, good grief, another lefty comedian.
We've only had one comedian on.
Well, can't you interview other people that are not connected with celebrity and the music industry? Why can't you interview someone like Stuart Campbell or Trip Hawkins or your old boss Damien Butt?
Because I've got no idea who those people are. And why we get people on. I like music, Jonathan. I can't believe I'm justifying my show to this idiot. I like music. So the guests that I have on are quite often musical.
Yeah, well, not all of your listeners appreciate music.
Do you know what? Tough. How can you not appreciate? How can you not appreciate music? What kind of soulless droid doesn't appreciate music?
I find music very overrated.
Well, the music is. Music is the food of the soul. You're definitely in a minority of about one that finds music overrated. Definitely. Trust me on that one, Jonathan. I know people, I know human psychology, I know spirits, and I know souls, for I have danced with angels.
And I danced with the devil in the pale moonlight, literally.
Yeah, I know, and I bet you sucked him off as well.
No, I didn't.
I bet you wanted to, and even he thought that was a step too far.
He only had 3 fingers on one hand.
Where were the others? Now, listen, me and Kath will decide who comes on the show and when, but thanks very much for your input, caller. 3444991,000.
I look forward to hearing his radio show. It'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Here's the thing: if you want, and we have decided we've got Herb Alpert coming on later on tonight, and I have said we've got a load of guests booked up between now and Christmas. In the new year, January and February, unless we get like a McCartney or a Clapton or something, we're going to cut back on the guests and probably have no guests for those 2 months. So it's happening. And here's the thing as well. If you don't like the guest, it's 20 minutes, half an hour. At most, it's an hour, right? The next hour will be back to something different. Or the hour before,
What kind of person expects every single thing they hear over 3 hours on a radio station to be exactly what they want to hear all the time?
And also, the whole, the majority of the show is the common person on the Clapham omnibus. It's you lot. It's you, dear listener. You make up this show. You are this show. That's how it works.
Here's a shocker.
Yeah.
There are quite a lot of people who don't want to hear Jonathan anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. 03444991000. Skype Late Night Alternative. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change.
Dead of night discourse for disco queens.
I'm related to Jedward and Dolly Parton.
Dairy farmers and distant fathers.
Yeah, well.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
On Talk Radio.
Yes, great.
03444991000. Skype Late Night Alternative. Good evening, Teddy Roosevelt. Hello, Teddy.
Yo, what's up, man? Hello?
Yeah. Thanks for your call.
What?
There we go. I mean...
To be fair, he has been dead for a very long time.
Let's go to Callum. Good evening, Callum.
Evening, you alright?
I'm alright, Callum. How you doing?
Alright, thanks.
Just found myself naturally doing your voice there when you called in, and that's funny, that, isn't it?
Sounds a lot like my voice.
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
It's a bit spooky.
It's these northerners.
The northerners are taking over. Well, a bit spooky, that, isn't it?
Yeah, taking over the dip.
Taking over the world, Tommy!
Iain, how's your future self?
Sorry?
What?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
How's your future self?
I don't understand how that question works. Aren't you the fella that was like a sky warrior, a crystal warrior?
Oh, White Galactic Wizard.
You're, what, sorry?
White Galactic Wizard.
A White Galactic Wizard, of course. I knew it was something. How's that going for you?
Alright, I'm still that, yeah.
Yeah, nice one. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time. How do you feel? Do you work, Callum?
No, I tend to do a lot of busking when I can.
Oh, yeah, what do you busk?
I do tambourine and djembe.
Can you translate that, Kathy does?
Tambourine and djembe?
Djembe, yeah.
What's the problem with that?
And is it just you busking?
It's in a band.
Oh, okay. Go on. What kind of songs do you do?
A bit of rock and roll, bit of pop, country and western, things like that.
Okay. And do you sing?
Oh, I don't sing. No, I'm terrible.
You just play tambourine?
Yeah.
Djembe.
Yeah, djembe.
Djembe. We saw a good little band busking in Windsor High Street the other day. 3 lads. Obviously wanting to be pop stars. They looked a bit like the Vamps. They were good. They were good. So I enjoyed that. Enjoyed that a lot. I'm having a cough sweet. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat.
He's struggling, Callum. I don't know if you've noticed. He's mentioned it a couple of times.
I tell you what I've got as well. I'm going to have this.
Oh, he's got Andrew's liver salts.
Andrew's liver salts, guys. Now, remember what happened last time.
Yeah, don't have too much.
Well, if you have too much, you get feedback.
Thanks for the feedback.
There we go. Exactly. But right now I'm having a...
Could I have one of those, please?
They're quite expensive.
Well, I'm worth it.
You're not very ill. I'm very ill.
I am very ill, but I'm just Ow. Now I'm bruised.
Men moan more.
I know, exactly. I'm actually suffering more than he is, because
No.
I've not only got a cold, I'm also getting earache.
No. Here's the thing. And this is true. It was proved about 2 years ago that men feel colds differently to women. It's more painful to have a cold as a man than as a woman. That is scientific
That's why men don't have babies.
That's exactly why men don't have babies, because of colds.
It's not just the reason.
It's also because, they've got no...
It all falls apart.
Isn't it? Imagine if you had a baby and a baby came out, right? And you picked it, right.
It'd have to be tiny like a panda baby. Crawl up, yeah.
My boys, I got sent these monkeys dolls, right? And the monkeys at the pop group. And I gave them to my kids, and within 30 seconds, my youngest picked up Davy, and his arm had fallen off.
Oh.
Because he yanked it out. It's fine, pop it back in. But imagine that, right? You're the dad, and you pick up the baby for the first time. It's just come out, and you go... And then, like, the arm falls off, right? And then the leg falls off, and you're like, oh, bloody hell. Oh, shit. Right, hang on. Yeah, I'm just going to bring him... Oh, he's beautiful. Get his arm back. And you're trying to stick the arm... And then you stick one arm on... And then the head falls off, and it's just like, oh, flipping it. Oh, not like there's blood everywhere, that'd be horrific. But it's like a doll, and there's like holes and
Are
stuff.
you sure you've not started on the night nurse?
No. And the woman's going, please, let me see it. It's been inside me for 9 months. I've got to see my... Yeah, you rest, darling. I'm just... God, his head's rolled under here now. Hang on. Here we go. Right, here we go. Just don't. You wrap it up in
Put the
swaddling.
legs on the armholes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You wrap it up in the swaddling really, really tight so that nothing can fall off. And when you get home, you can do it with glue. I made myself... I didn't know I was going to say that. I made myself laugh with that. That was funny, that. Has that ever happened to you, Callum? Ever had a baby's arm fall off?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, well, that's something then. Did we get to the thrust of your call?
We were about last night, our universe started.
Oh, yes, I was on last night. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we got intelligent callers. Last night, we were talking a lot about how the universe started. Do you know?
Well, my theory is, this one is quite a good one.
Okay.
Is that we all created it through consciousness. We're all God in a way, and we're all... Everything created it through consciousness, and it all expanded. There weren't no Big Bang. That's a lie. It's a cover up.
Yeah,
it's a cover up.
And mind is everywhere. It's separate to your brain.
Well, here's the thing. When we think, okay, and is this because? Okay, this is we're going to start getting heavy, guys. When we think, the thinking. Catherine, when you're thinking, where is your thinking taking place? Right, in your head. Now, is that because your brain's up there, or is that because your eyes are there? So I think it's because your eyes are there. Mm. So because your eyes are looking out, and that's everything goes in there. So your thinking is in your head. I wonder if a blind person could think in their feet. Do you know what I mean? You can think from your feet. So
think on your feet.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you know, if you'd never looked out and right, Tommy, you know Tommy.
Tommy, can you hear me?
The Deaf, Dumb and Blind Kid, right? I love that film. I love that album. So he's deaf... Well, no, not Tommy, because he only became deaf, dumb and blind when he saw his mum having it off with Jack Nicholson.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Or Oliver Reed. Oliver Reed, actually. Jack Nicholson was the doctor. Okay, but if you're deaf, dumb and blind, okay, I wonder if that person... feels like they're thinking in their head, or is it just...
Or in their chest.
Like Callum was saying, that the mind and the body are separate things. I wonder.
Here's the thing.
Go.
You may find interesting, Callum.
Yeah.
Ian will dismiss it.
No.
When my youngest was about 3, she did a very silly thing. I can't remember what it was, and I remember saying to her, what did you do that for? And she said, because my brain said do it, and my mind said yeah.
There you go, you see.
Okay. She knew it was separate now. Either she's talking nonsense because she's nuts, or she, with her childish innocence, was unlocking the secrets of the universe, and I just laughed about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because kids aren't tainted with it and not brainwashed.
No.
They don't have that chance to develop.
So let's explore this a bit further. And thanks everyone on Twitter telling me again how to do my job. Somebody's saying I hate the guests. I love the guests. No, I hate the guests. Look, we're not going to have any guests from January and February. Don't worry. It's all groovy, man.
There's something else for you to hate.
There's Herb Alpert tonight. It's 17 minutes. Is that okay? I should do a Twitter poll. Is it okay for me to play a 17-minute interview with Herb Alpert, which I know you're going to enjoy? So you're saying that... So did you create the universe?
Yeah. But you did. And Cass did. And everybody did.
But you don't... Here's the thing.
No wonder we're knackered.
You don't know that I'm real.
True.
I don't know that you're real. And I don't know... Oh, God, Andre's calling in. This could get very complex. I don't know that Kath's real, okay? You could all be a figment of my imagination.
Could be.
Well, thanks for that, Callum.
It's all right.
There we go. That was proper philosophical chat.
I think we've sorted the lot, haven't
I
we?
need a cigar now and a glass of brandy.
Mm-hmm.
James, good evening, James. Sorry, I'm sucking on a cough sweet, guys. It's either this or it's me coughing. I do apologise. Go on, James.
That's fine. Suck away. Ian.
He said suck. He said suck, by the way, guys. He said suck.
I thought it always freaks me out that I might be someone else's consciousness, but I'm not even aware of it.
Yes.
And so, what's the point?
Well, but you can't be because you think you exist.
What if someone else is just thinking what I'm thinking and giving me the willpower to do things, but really it's just all controlled because it's kind of predestined to happen?
Oh, well, hang on. Predestined is different to someone else.
Predetermined, sorry.
Yeah, no, but predetermined is still... Predetermined invokes inevitability, whereas your initial statement was someone is telling you what... Someone is controlling you, but... and telling you... So your initial statement implied that person controlling you has choice, which is different from predetermination.
Point taken.
Thank you.
Anyway, that wasn't why I called up.
Okay.
My reason is to call out Jonathan, because I think that was a really stupid thing to say.
What did he say?
Criticising your guests.
No, that's fine. If he doesn't like them, it's fine. I've not got a problem with it.
But
It's just his reasons for criticising them were wrong. Saying we have too many left-wing liberal comedians. Well, we don't. We had one yesterday. I don't think we've had any other comedians on before.
And here's the thing. The moment Jonathan starts approving all our guests is the moment we know we're in trouble.
This is the show we want to do. But we're gonna reel back on the guests a little bit. So everyone calm down. We've got some great guests. We've got Herb Alpert today. We've got Billy Bragg we're going to do next week.
Jonathan will love him.
Yeah, oh God, you will. But don't worry. January, February, you won't have any guests.
Also, here's
then
the
you'll
thing.
be sorry.
Here's the thing
In
as well.
theory, Jonathan's a guest.
Well,
You know what I mean? So don't stop criticising. And the thing is, what I find in most radio shows is it's just people plugging a product. The host doesn't really care about them.
Yeah.
But it's your passion and the fact that you care actually carries it through. There's so many guests that I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
But because you get on with them, because you actually have a passion for it, it actually makes it worthwhile doing and listening to.
Here's the other thing, James. Nothing's forever. It'll either be over in 5 minutes' time or we'll stop doing it eventually. So, just embrace what's going on at the moment.
Exactly. It's all
I mean, I listen to all the guest podcasts, and I haven't got a clue who half of them are. Some of them I do. And when I do, it's great. But even the ones that I don't know about, it's enlightening, even if I'm never going to listen to them, ever again.
I only get people on the show that I am convinced will have a good story. I may have let that waver a little bit the last couple of months, but only twice. But generally, I get people on who I think are going to have a really good story to tell. And I'm pretty much sure we've got a 98 out of 100 hit rate on that. But we've got half a dozen guests lined up for the rest of the year, and then that's it. That's it.
But moreover, they're people you want to talk to.
Yeah.
They're not people just plugging a product that you don't care about, and you can tell how awful and forced it is in other radio stations. And I sang in the shower the other day. That doesn't make me a singer. So Jonathan, you are not a video producer.
Wow, controversial.
Oh, in your face.
Controversial. 0344 499 1000 late night alternative on Skype. This is the late night alternative. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad. Oh
no! 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. Let's go to Carl. Evening, Carl.
Evening, boss. You all right?
Bit sniffly, bit snuffly, but apart from that, I'm groovy.
Well, I was going to say, did you say you were taking liver salts for your throat?
No, liver salts because I get trapped wind when I've got a cold.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought liver salts were dyspepsia.
Yep.
For your throat, try sucking the fisherman's friend.
Oh, Kyle, come on now. Listen, come on, Kyle. Come on now. Listen, we're all better than that joke, mate.
Sorry.
You apologise to the listeners.
Sorry, listeners.
Okay. Apologise to David Badcock.
No. Yeah, somebody said that I created Bruce Line's video channel, and somebody said it was like future and past Babcock together.
Apologise to David Babcock, please.
Apologise, please.
Apologies, David.
Accepted.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you. No, I was ringing in because I was going to say about the dump thing, because I thought I was trying to work out because you were dumping yourself, but then I thought surely it would work with so the caller was calling letters out. That would be a better test because that seemed to work for me on the DAB radio. Does that make sense?
Okay, have you got a DAB radio there?
I have got my DAB radio here next to me.
Right. So you want David Badcock to do the alphabet?
So, yeah, if David does it, then you'd know, wouldn't you, whether it was dumped, unless he's playing some foolish game or a ghost has spooked him and he just jumps from one letter randomly to another.
Okay, so can you... Right, so David...
Yeah?
You're going to do the alphabet. You know the alphabet?
No.
Oh, jeez.
I can count.
Can you count letters?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to count letters.
Yep.
And then I'm going to press the dump button, okay?
Righto.
Okay. So where you go. Carl, turn the radio on.
Right, hang on. I'm turning my wireless on now as we speak. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
No, I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
I'm doing it now. I'm doing it. Can you hear that, David?
Yeah.
It's very quiet. What is it, little transistor?
It's a little tranny, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well,
there you go. Can you hear that?
Not really. No, it's really quiet. Can't you do it louder?
I can hear you saying. I'm doing it as loud as I can.
You put the phone by it.
Hang on.
Very quiet. What is it,
There we go.
transistor?
David, do the
Can you hear
alphabet. Shut up. David, do the alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know what the real one is. Who's talking now?
You go. Now.
David, do the alphabet. Shut up. David, do the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. What are you doing?
Is David doing it, or is he doing it to himself?
That right, David? Are you there?
Yeah.
Right. Put the phone near the bloody radio.
I'm next to it now.
David, you do the alphabet.
What, me?
Are you David?
Yeah, but I don't know if you mean me or...
Yeah.
Who else do I mean?
Put the phone near the bloody radio. I'm next to it now. David, you do the alphabet yourself.
Right, David.
No.
Who is... Right.
What, me?
David?
Yeah, but I don't know if you mean me or... Yeah. Who else do I mean? Put the phone near the bloody radio. I'm next to it now. David, you do the alphabet yourself. Right. David. Who is... Right. What, me?
David? David?
I don't know what...
Can you do the alphabet, David?
Right. A, B, C, D, E.
David? David? Can you do the alphabet, David?
Hello? I can't hear David now.
Put it back on, David. Right, David, do the alphabet. Go.
Right. A, B, C, D.
Hello?
I...
I can't hear David now.
G.
Put it back on, David. Right, David, do the alphabet.
My mother of earth, where are you when we need you? My mother of earth, where are you when
Literally no idea what happened there. Let's go to Mr. Albas. Yes, Mr. Albas.
Hi, Ian. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm okay, thank you. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about... You remember last week I went to see Blade Runner 2049 and how crap it was?
Yes.
And I was just looking at the Rotten Tomato. Have you ever been on the old Rotten Tomatoes to check out the rating?
I prefer IMDb, but yes.
Yeah. And
this is a terrible, terrible line, man.
Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. I'll pull over. 1 second. I'm on Bluetooth.
Don't worry.
1 second.
Jeez.
Hello?
There we go. That's better. Now we can actually hear the words that you're saying.
Right. I apologise. For that.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 89% Blade Runner 2049. So tonight, my friend took me to see Kingsman, The Golden Circle, which has got a 40% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
And guess which film was better? Kingsman. It was amazing.
Here's the thing. I think what we've learnt about you, Mr. Albus, is you are lowbrow.
Lowbrow?
You are lowbrow.
But don't you hate Blade Runner?
Well, that's by the by. You are lowbrow.
And what can I ask for an expansion on what you mean by lowbrow?
Well, you like Kingsman, you don't like Blade Runner. That's lowbrow.
Well, it's not like I go out. I just went and saw it, and it was a very enjoyable movie.
No, you are lowbrow. Thanks for your call. Let's go to a break.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio.
03444991000 is the phone number. You can Skype a late-night alternative. Let's go to David. Good evening, David.
You're right, there's David.
I believe that to be the case.
You're right. You know, I rang a couple of weeks ago about me, finding the LP marbles.
Were you looking for your mates,
Dave?
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Dave?
Dave.
Dave?
Dave.
Dave?
And Sparky.
And Sparky. You used to work on the bins, didn't you?
Yeah, Westminster Borough Council.
How's that going? You had much luck, Dave?
No, well, I got in contact with Dave through me mate, Northern mate Dave.
Which Dave?
He's a bit of a tosspot.
Okay, yeah, tosspot Dave, yep.
Tosspot, yeah.
Yep.
Well, do you know the marbles?
You remind me.
Well, I thought I found the Elgin marbles.
Yep.
Behind the back of Buckingham Palace doing the bins.
You did mention that, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, I've kept hold of them. And they may be worth a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, they could be worth a few quid.
Apparently, they might be Prince William's marbles when he was a baby.
Oh, wow! This is treasure.
It could be.
How do you verify a marble?
Just sort of small sphere.
No, I know what a marble is. How do you verify they're Prince William's marbles?
It's in a sack with a crest.
Oh. We used to have a marble sack. Joe, what happened? My sister, I'm talking to her as though she were here. She's not, but she may be listening. What happened to that sack of marbles? That was great. A big marble sack.
I think everybody had one at some point. Did you have any bangers?
Yeah.
Metal banger.
Do you mean Steelies?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some Steelies, yeah.
We called them bangers.
We called them Steelies. The kind of, the white ones were Chinas.
Right.
And so I think a Steely was worth 5 normal, and a China was worth 2 or 3 normal.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
I want to withdraw my request.
Yes.
For contacting Dave.
Oh.
Dave. Dave and Sparky. Because
why would you like to withdraw that request?
Well, they took the mick out of me with these marbles.
Yes.
For bloody years.
Oh, wow!
If these come in, it makes me rich.
Yep.
They ain't getting a bloody penny.
Oh, I see. Dave! Or should I call you Tony from now on, then?
I don't know why.
Well, so that way they won't recognise... They won't know you.
Bernard.
Yeah, we go, Bernard. All right,
I like the word Bernard.
It's a good name. Do you know how they pronounce it in American?
Bernard.
Yeah, it's weird, that, isn't it?
Posh. Sounds posh, and they ain't posh.
They're not posh. The Americans are as common as muck.
Scruffs.
Isn't they?
Yeah. So...
Yes, Bernard.
Can I withdraw...
Yes?
I don't know if you've put it out since anyway, but...
We never got
Can
round
I
to it.
withdraw...
Yep.
The request...
Yep.
For my mates to get in contact with
It's cancelled. It's cancelled, Bernard.
So that's for Dave.
Dave?
Dave.
Let me just write this down. Hang on. Let me write this down. Start again. Go on. Who are we cancelling the request for?
Dave.
Yep.
Dave.
Yep.
Dave.
Yep.
Dave.
Yep.
And Sparky. He's Ginger.
There we go. That's cancelled, Bernard. Thank you, mate.
Great. Cheers.
There we go. Thank you. Let's go to Skype. Hello, Skype caller.
Hello.
Hello there.
You hung up on me earlier.
I do apologise.
That's all right. Don't worry.
You're on the air now.
I know. Who was that idiot that was going on about the music and the comedians?
That was Jonathan from Swansea. He's a well-known racist around these parts.
Music brings back memories, don't it? I mean, you could be down and you listen to some music and that's it. It brings you back to that time.
Well, maybe he doesn't like memories.
I'd love to know what he listens to in the car if he drives.
Well, I think he's... I think he's exaggerating slightly. We all like music. Music, if you don't like music, then you are... And I don't mean you've got to be a big fan. You might not even own any CDs or any MP3s or anything. But music is the gift of life. It's what lifts our soul.
I mean, I listen to music now that my mum and dad used to listen to when I was young. At that time, we used to say, is that rubbish? But now... It's brilliant.
Oh, it breaks my heart to know that about 6 miles away at the O2 Centre, Neil Diamond was doing a concert an hour ago. And I should have been there, goddammit. I should have been there.
Sweet Caroline.
Hey, you've got to love it.
Yeah.
Got to love it.
Right, mate. I'm hanging half in the house, half out the house, having a fag. And it's raining.
Crafty fag.
Oh, you got to have a fag.
What are you smoking these days, fella?
Benson.
Do you know what? I haven't had a fag for nearly 13 years, but every now and then... I tell you what I don't like, right? I'm not a fan of vapes. But I seem to spend a lot of today... I went up Oxford Street in London today, and it's Christmas already. The rush was incredible. But I was walking through big plumes of other people's vape smoke, smelling raspberry and frittata and camembert and all these... It was disgusting. I much preferred it when it was people smoking fags.
Oh, I went through that phase of vaping. I even made my own juices.
You make your own juices?
Yeah, I bought PG and VG mixed.
Life is too short, man.
No, but the flavours. I mean, Zambuca and stuff like that, the stuff that I was vaping.
You can smoke... Here's the thing. I was reading one of the stories yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it today? Yesterday. That you can adapt these things to smoke heroin in.
You can buy the juice of heroin.
Yeah, but the juice of heroin surely is just the taste of heroin. It won't give you the highs or indeed the lows of heroin. But you can there's a way you can kind of hack it, I believe is a word that's popular these days, so that you can smoke actual proper heroin. Don't do it, guys, of course, but it doesn't surprise me.
I've only ever smoked it once is when I had a toothache.
Sorry?
I've only ever smoked that stuff once. I had chronic toothache.
So your choice, hang on, you had toothache, and so your choice was to go and smoke some brown.
Yeah.
Where did you get it from?
That's my mate. Told him to bring some round.
And what flipping it? Well, what was that like?
weird.
I bet it was. Did you throw up? Because the thing I used to know junkies, and the thing I've always been told was if you have heroin, the first 2 or 3 times you throw up, and it's a thoroughly unpleasant experience because it's such an alien substance to be putting in your body, and the people that tend to get addicted are the ones that go back for that 4th time, and then it kind of all makes sense to them apparently.
No, not heroin. I'll get you into the bath.
Are you in the bath?
No, I'm filling up my kettle.
Oh, okay, sorry. I apologise.
Having a cup of coffee. So I'm walking around with my iPad.
Okay.
I'm going to try phoning. I'm going to try phoning you tomorrow, but I'm going to phone you through, the Amazon Echo. You can actually put Skype on there.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he's talking about now. So you did heroin. What was it like?
No, I never done heroin. What do you call it? That stuff you mix in with the tobacco.
We were just talking about heroin.
No. I'd never touched heroin.
You said you had a toothache and you smoked some heroin. Am I going nuts here? Have I smoked some heroin?
I said I had some stuff that...
Weed?
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks very much for calling.
I did think he was very blasé about it, and it seemed like an escalation of sorts. You've got, I've got a sore tooth here. I'm going to
get some H.
Hit the hard stuff.
That was a strange call, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go to Dom. Evening, Dom.
I had a djembe once, but the wheel fell off.
Hey. Oh, I've not written down one of the times I did. Maybe I've not done it all. I'm getting a bit confused. It doesn't matter. Dom, what have you got for us this evening, Dom? It's a very, very strange show tonight, by anybody's standards.
It certainly is. Do you want something in that similar sort of vein?
Well, whatever you got. What have you called in for? I've got a bit of a headache, and I'm looking forward to going to bed. But, yeah, whatever you got.
When I was a youth, I smoked weed.
Yes.
Not too heavily, but just did a bit. And I remember I used to be sitting in a room listening to Four Non Blondes album for some reason, quite a lot. And I came up with this theory.
Yes.
And it's predated The Matrix, but it was a similar sort of thing. I reckon there's 2 parallel universes.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I reckoned back then, not now.
Yes.
Now I'm sensible. There's 2 parallel universes, but there's a finite amount of people. And you're in one, when you're awake in one universe,
yes.
You're asleep in the other.
Yes.
So you're awake for 8 hours in this universe. In the other universe, your other vessel is going at twice the speed, and it's dreaming what you're doing. And then when you're waking up, is the other one's falling asleep.
Well, here's the thing. That's what the Native Americans believe.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah. They believe that, it's something similar to that. They believe that the dream state is the real state, and that being awake is kind of, that's the boring stuff. The dream state is where their real consciousness lies. Oh,
well, maybe there's something in it then.
Well, no, probably not. I mean,
no, probably not.
They didn't do too well, did they?
So you go all proto-communist and then you start getting attacked by Nazis. What's that about?
Well, I got accused of being a communist by a bloke on Twitter just because I said I thought Julia Hartley-Brewer's views on victims of sexual assault were abhorrent.
But he
was making all kinds of lies up about me.
But he seems equally passionate about fish pie, so I really wouldn't worry about it. Did you see his Twitter feed?
I did see his Twitter feed, but what a surprise, he's a nut job. They're all blooming nut jobs.
It's funny, it's just like he ran over and told her, like, you'll never guess what he's saying about you over there.
And then he ran and told me, like, I'm going to go, did he?
Yeah, I mean, people...
Gosh.
People, get ready! Get ready! Oh, yeah, get ready! I'm trying to sing a song, but I don't quite know what the song is.
I know a song that'll get on your nerve.
I'm enjoying the fact that these kids are attacking our internet. I love it, because it doesn't, all it means is I can't load up something on YouTube and Periscope's a bit funny. It doesn't affect the show. But I love the fact...
You 8 years ago, didn't you, was it Cheese and people like that were trying to do your Facebook
but
group?
I love it because it means that they're getting involved. It means that they're listening and they're getting involved. Perfect.
It also means that we could be out of trouble with the FBI because, for once, the Pentagon's being left alone during the school holidays.
They certainly could be, guys. I
mean, too much busy pop.
Exactly, Dom. Thank you very much indeed. Let's squeeze Sam in before midnight. Good evening, Sam.
Hey, Ian.
Yes.
Wow, this is cool. Right, so you were talking about how we don't know, like, if we're even real, or maybe we know that we're real, but we don't know if the other person is real, or whatever. Right? And you said something really interesting about we exist through our eyes, right?
Yes.
But like a blind person might exist through their feet.
Yeah.
Because
I hesitate on the blind person because obviously they will exist primarily through their ears, which are also head-based accoutrements.
But isn't it like amazing how when your eyesight is taken away from you, your hearing is like the sense of your hearing becomes much more.
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I've done experiments on myself.
That is on yourself.
Or with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. And my hearing certainly improves when I no longer rely on my sense of sight.
Well, that's anecdotal evidence. I've tried it and I've noticed no difference.
Okay, so out of two people, it's been incoherent. Perhaps we need to repeat the experiment. But the point I'm getting to is,
yes, Sam.
Don't you understand? Don't you think that the senses that we rely on to sort of understand the reality that we're immersed in,
yes,
are quite.
You've got 10 seconds to finish this.
Unreliable.
Yes, completely.
Do you get experiences where you feel like you're going through something, but...
Like this whole evening, Sam, I felt like I'm going through something. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There we go, a little bit suddenly. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. The last hour of the show. I would normally call for a lock-in tonight, but I'm feeling so rotten with this cold, I'm going to go to bed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can Skype Late Night Alternative. I'm getting hassle on Twitter. Well, I'm not. Kath was originally, because I called Mr. Albas lowbrow. He went running to Kath, which seems to be the thing now. If I do something that upsets people, they go running to Kath to have a little... Why is Ian so rude to new listeners, calling me unintelligent for watching a movie? I said lowbrow. I said low. Dude, it's a light-hearted show. It was hard. I hardly labelled you a paedophile. You know, I didn't call you the scum of the earth. I said that you were lowbrow for liking Kingsman over... Here's the thing, right? The phone call was going nowhere. I was having to work as hard as I could to get the anything out of it, and that was it. And also, Sam, can we turn on my mic on, please? I couldn't hear what he was saying at the start of the call, so I've then got 10 seconds going, right, hang on, I'm just going to pull over. Just wait. Jesus Christ. I mean, what is wrong with people?
Can I also say something? This is the second time today that people have come to me instead of taking...
I've said that. There we go. I know when to take my leave. I won't call in again. I'll just listen from now on. Do whatever you want. You're a flipping nutcase. Do whatever you want. If you don't call in, you don't... It's Russ all over again. We've been here. We've been here. Dude, you're making something out of nothing. I'm really sorry that you were offended I said you were lowbrow for liking the Kingsmen over Blade Runner 2049. You're nuts for being offended by it, but I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with people? I knew he'd be trouble from the first call. There was something about him. People who don't use their real name and they come up with a funny name. I just knew it. I just knew it. And also, he'll still be having a go on Twitter. Anyway, 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. So we went for a coffee today, Catherine and I, in Costa, I believe it was, and there was a young man there, and he was serving us, and I noticed he was wearing a trainee label, and he was dark-skinned, I would say of Asian descent. If I had to, I would say... Indian, possibly Sri Lankan. That kind of area, okay? But his name badge said Alberto. Now, not impossible. Not impossible at all. And I said to him, your name's not Alberto, is it? And he went, what? I said, is that... are you using a pseudonym deliberately, or is that the only badge they had? And he said, well, I'm a trainee. I've only been here a few days. And this was the only badge they had. And I said, no. Your name's... I can't remember what his name was. Rahim. I said, no. Your name's Rahim, isn't it? And his face.
Yeah.
Flip it. It was like I'd pulled the ace of spades out of my jacksie.
He thought you were a mentalist.
Yeah. He said, how do you know that? I said, I'm just good at picking these things up. What he didn't know was when he swiped his card on the till, his name came up on the till.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking about fake names. And we're getting a few fake names here. Look, we've got this guy. Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, I don't know what happened again. You stopped talking last time.
Yeah, no, your signal cut out.
I think it was yours.
No, it was yours. Hey, listen, man, I'm grateful that you're calling. I'm grateful that you're doxing us or DDoSing us or whatever. That's wonderful. But you just know that there is a 7-second delay, and this is the last chance I'm going to give you, so you can't swear or use offensive language like you did last time.
I promise I won't.
Well, I don't believe you, so I'm hovering over the dump button, because I don't believe you.
I just want to talk about a story. Okay, is that fine? It's not inappropriate, I swear. Yo, bro, you cut out again.
Yeah, okay. I'm waiting. No, it didn't cut out. Well, I'm waiting for you to get to the. I'm waiting for you.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, yes. Shut up. I'm waiting for you.
That's mean.
No, it's not mean. It's. I know what I'm doing, buddy. Listen. I've been doing this job for 5 years longer than you've been on this planet. Okay, so I know.
Okay. So you've been on Talk Radio for 20 years.
I've been hosting phone-in radio shows for 20 years. Yes.
I'm mad. Okay. So
I'm hovering over the dump button.
Okay.
So when you get to your swears, They won't go out on the radio. No one will hear them.
Okay.
So you will have just sworn into your computer or your tablet or whatever it is you're using. So
basically, right,
just bear that in mind.
Okay, so I need help, right? Because I've got these two girls, right, and they both like me, and they keep fighting over each other.
No, you
What should I
haven't.
do?
You haven't. You haven't got any girls that are fighting over
How much
you.
for the bet? How much for the bet? I can give you the two names.
I don't want to know their names because you haven't got any girls fighting over you. That's why you're de-doxing or de-dossing a web. You're hang on a second, dude. Have some manners. Shut up.
Have some manners. You're being very.
Yeah, no, you're have some manners and have some respect. You're the one naming two women on a radio show, so have a little bit of respect.
You said to do stories, so I don't understand.
I didn't say to do stories. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you did.
Well, here's something. Learn something. Here's something. A gentleman doesn't need to reveal names on a radio station when the young ladies.
You've got no one watching you, so obviously I could.
I've got no one watching me. What does that mean?
On your streams.
Yeah.
On YouTube. No one's watching you on YouTube.
That's fine, because that's just a tiny, tiny part of what this show is about. It's a radio show, mate. We're going out on the radio.
So wait, so you're on live radio now? So on actual radios?
Yeah, we're live on actual
cool.
radios now.
So how do you do that then? Because I have the IQ of a pineapple.
Yeah, it's not. It's the internet. Here's the thing: the radio isn't being broadcast by our Wi-Fi.
Can you be my friend? Yo, bro, I think you're lagging. Yo, bro, I think you're lagging.
It's terrible, isn't it? This is what kids are like. No, they're not. They're not. I take that back. They're not. This is just one example of. Kids are better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are much better than this. Kids are much better than this. They're much brighter than this. They're much more intelligent than this. They are much more clued on than this. This is just like. The kind of scummy end of things. Your kids are better than this. Yeah, my kids are better than this. And if my kids were going to try and take down a broadcasting establishment, they wouldn't just be going for the Wi-Fi that is transmitting Periscope, which we get about 100 people anyway. They wouldn't just be doing that. They'd be going for the actual transmitters. That's what they'd be doing. My kids and your kids would take the transmitters down.
And they're 5.
Yeah, exactly. They're 5. Sorry, buddy, what were you saying?
I'm good, bro. You just assumed my kid's gender.
I didn't talk about I wasn't talking about your kids. I was talking to my co-presenter about her kids.
Oh, she's got
listen,
kids.
yeah.
What's her name?
Hey, listen, man. I'm going to give you 3 out of 10, and that's not bad. 3 out of 10, okay?
What do you mean 3 out of 10? You can't rate me on my.
There we go. I've rated you.
I think
I've
that was
rated
generous.
you.
Gosh.
Well, it was. I did. Here's the thing, right? I didn't want to completely destroy him and dismiss him and break him.
Because we've all been little divs, haven't we?
Of course we have. Of course we have. And here's the thing: the Periscope don't work. Fine. Okay, we have nights when we don't use Periscope. Fine. Not streaming on YouTube. Oh well. These things happen.
That stuff's important to little kids, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, this is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change.
Experience the unconventional,
Evening, boys.
the unpredictable, and the completely unorthodox.
Exactly.
With rule-free Iain Lee. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
on Talk Radio.
We're having a lovely time tonight. I've got a stinking cold. I can feel my throat going. Bunged up. I'll have another cough sweet in a second. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. And Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. We're having a lovely time tonight. We're getting trolled by two young lads, 14 years old. And they're having the time of their lives, and it's slowing down our Periscope. And that's great. That's absolutely beautiful. Herb Alpert coming up in a bit, which is lovely, lovely, lovely. And I can see Andrew has been trying to call me on the Skype. So let's see if we can get hold of Andrew. Hang on a second.
Hello.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, man. I've got a new law I'd like to bring in.
Oh, yes, away you go, sir. I can see you as well on this Skype call. Yes, I'm going to show you to the Periscopers if you're happy with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that your kitchen?
Hey?
Is that your kitchen?
Yeah, man.
That's massive. Look at the size of that kitchen.
Oh, Andrew.
It's quite a big kitchen.
Flipping it. You need an island in there.
Yeah. Well, no, man. You like it. It needs to be open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is, mate, I didn't know you had money. This is great. He's loaded, this fella.
I've got an idea for a new law.
Bring it on, fella. Let's have it.
Okay, right. So, the slogan will be, don't wait to be overweight. Okay? And what it is anyone, you tell me, just hear me out and then tell me if it's wrong.
I like this.
If you're over 25 stone,
yes,
you will be arrested.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, the reason, hear me out, is because you have to accept that you will die early and you are harming your own body.
Yep.
Yeah? So you will be arrested and you'll be given 3 meals a day in prison.
Yep.
And you will have a bicycle in the jail cell.
To escape with?
That will power the television.
When you can fit through the bars, you can escape. You're free.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Do you think that would be a good law?
Where to start with that? You know what? 15 years ago, I'd have said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. No, it's a terrible law. Terrible. But look, you're obviously a big fella.
What?
You're about.
So are you, I'm mad. So are you.
You know, exactly, but I'm not making up laws about putting large people into prison. Now, obviously, yours is muscular, but I bet your BMI is off the scale.
Oh, it's 36%?
Which is like, it's terrible, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
But why?
I've got to go to bed anyway. Yeah. Go on.
Why
Sorry,
have you got a problem with overweight people being a danger to themselves?
Because why they're a danger to themselves? Well, because I think people that just give them the money to be able to shovel more food in their mouth are actually harming them more, whereas I would be doing...
Who gives them the money? Their bosses?
Well, the maybe some benefit money, maybe? I don't know. And not only that, can I just add one more thing?
No, you can't. Because you can't go around saying that people on benefits are fat.
No, I'm just saying that they can't... If someone's 25 stone, you can't do a lot, can you? You have become too fat to function properly as a member of society. So we need to help you because you are harming yourself. Like, if anyone took drugs, they would be harming themselves. You would want to help them.
Yeah, but you wouldn't... It's a proven fact that prison is the worst place to put a drug addict.
Yeah, but it's not a prison like... But some people say prison's too soft for people. But a drug addict, I understand that. Why is it the worst place to put a drug addict?
You just said you understood it, but obviously then the second later you're saying you don't understand it.
Well, I've never really been challenged properly.
No, I bet you haven't. Welcome to the challenge, because you're talking bollocks. I tell you why. Because if you're a drug addict, prison. Do you know what prison is full of?
Drug addicts. But it's not full of fatties.
It's full of drugs.
It's full of drugs, but it's not full of fat people, though.
No, we're not talking about that, and we're going to extrapolate. I'll explain that word in a minute. So prison is full of drugs, okay? So you put someone who is addicted to drugs in a place where there's loads of drugs. So they take more drugs.
Yeah, which is a bad place, obviously.
Exactly. And also, you know that addiction is a disease.
Have you gone? Shit.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
You've gone, haven't you?
No, I'm here. I'm going to get rid of the video, but I'm still here.
Oh, man, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you were saying about you put them into jail and then they take more drugs.
Yes, and also addiction is a disease, like cancer. Would you put someone who had cancer into prison?
You can't say being overweight's a disease.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
How can that takes away any responsibility from the person to stay healthy and be underweight, though?
I'm not saying that everyone that is overweight has a disease, but I'm saying that a significant number of people that are overweight have a disease.
A significant amount. You wouldn't put it down to non-exercise and overconsumption of food?
No, I would put it down for a significant amount down to addiction.
Addiction of food and sugar?
Addiction of food, yeah.
Yeah. There is a choice, though, isn't there?
No, not if you're an addict. There isn't a choice, no.
It depends how you define addiction.
I define addiction as someone who has no choice. And you can be addicted to drugs, you can be addicted to alcohol, you can be addicted to sex, you can be addicted to gambling, you can be addicted to food. That's a fact. That's not even me saying something hippie. Hang on. That's not even me saying something hippy-dippy. That's a fact that the World Health Organization recognise, who I'm suspecting have got a little bit more insight into it than you.
True. And I would agree with you, and I'm happy to have a debate about it.
Well,
but
then,
I would say
then don't say you're happy to
not-
have a debate. Let's just. It's not a debate. I'm telling you facts. You can't debate a fact.
You can't say that everything an organisation has ever said is absolute truth.
I tend to believe the World Health Organization slightly more than a bloke who's got a big kitchen, if I'm honest. I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah, you can be addicted to food, and a significant number of people are addicted to food.
Well, from what I feel like...
No, I don't want to know about feelings. I want to know about... We're dealing facts. We're dealing in facts here, Andrew.
Fact. By the way, can I just add?
No. Focus on what you're doing here. Stop, obfuscating. Let's talk about facts. So you want to put people who've got a disease into prison?
You've trapped me. Let's just put it that way. You've trapped me because I can't answer anything because I can't give you a fact or a statistic.
No, it's not a trap. I've presented you with facts. It's not a trap.
How do I know what you said is a fact? And how do I know what the World Health Organization said is a fact?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Because I don't have to resort... I'm not like one of those 14-year-old trolls. I don't have to resort to lying to prove something.
I don't know how you can say it's a disease when you're overweight when there's a choice.
No, there isn't, but you don't understand the simple thing. There is not a choice. For people who are addicted, there is no choice.
How can there not be a choice? There's always a choice.
No, there's not if you're addicted.
Go left or right.
No, there's not if you're addicted. Well, some people believe in predestination, that the choice whether you go left or right is already made. But if you're addicted, if I'm an alcoholic, right, and there is a bottle of scotch there, I cannot stop drinking that bottle of scotch. I can't do it because that choice, my brain is wired up incorrectly. I cannot say no to that. That's addiction.
But some people do. Yeah? Hello?
Yeah, I'm waiting for your point to get somewhere.
Oh, no, sorry. Some people do make that choice. Some people are addicted to smoking, alcohol, drugs.
They get help. They get help.
Not necessarily. They might do it on their own as well.
Very few of them do, but they get help. They go and get their treatment, like you would go and get chemo, or you would go and get radiotherapy, or you would go and have Ventolin if you were an asthmatic. They go and get their treatment.
It just sounds like to me there is no choice in life then, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that at all, and you're being deliberately obtuse. I'm saying that if you're an addict, there is no choice.
If you're addicted, there is no choice. That's what you're saying, and I'm saying that I don't believe choice is taken out of the equation. Whereas you're saying choice is gone. You have no choice. I don't know where this is obviously going to go, and I don't want to bore anyone, but I can't. You've got the World Health Organization behind your back,
and that's all. I'm sorry, I've only got the WHO behind me. I can only apologise. and experience, and life experience, and a lifetime of sitting in rooms with people who are addicted to food, who are addicted to sex, who are addicted to gambling, who are addicted to alcohol, who are addicted to shopping, who are addicted to cutting their arms, who are addicted to all kinds of behaviours. I've spent years hanging out with these people, man.
No, and I can appreciate that and I respect that. But how... I know I hate the word but and coming in with a but.
Well, then you don't have to, unless there's no choice.
you've just taken all choice. Any bad decision anyone makes.
No, I'm not.
Taking the choice out of the equation.
No, I'm not.
So nothing is to blame. How can you lock anyone up for drug use then?
You're not listening to a word I'm saying. You're coming back with nonsense.
No, I am trying.
Well, but you're not. Ask me a question.
Okay. So many people, I believe, would disagree with you. And now I know you're going with facts, but let's just. Yeah, I know it's funny.
Yes,
trying,
there are
man,
so many, and unfortunately, here's the thing: there are so many people in the year 2017 that would disagree with facts.
They would disagree with saying to you that food is a disease. Being overweight is a disease.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that food is a disease. I'm not saying that being overweight is a disease. You're not listening, man.
You said addiction is a disease.
Addiction is a disease, and that is a fact. That's non-debatable. It's a fact.
So someone gets help, yeah, i.e. what I just started this conversation with in my law, yeah, that I was going to bring in.
Which is a terrible, offensive and I took it as a light-hearted piece of banter, but I'm glad we're deconstructing it because it's terribly offensive and arrogant of you to suggest that. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to say that because I think people are just
and I'm happy to say that it is offensive and it is derogatory and there is arrogance, and I think that you're a very rude man.
Well, I don't want to come across as rude to you because I'm not. I'm just making a point.
You have, and you have, and you are.
They do drain society, though.
But this is the first time you've said that. But again, you're saying they drain society. The arrogance and the rudeness. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how mean you can be.
Oh, but I'm very loving, man. In my own life, I'm talking about a very specific.
You're talking about big fat bastards that you hate because you think they're a drain on society. Well, shame on you.
I want to help
you. You don't want to help them. You want to lock them up in prison and make them exercise until they're dead. What weight would be good for you then? What weight would you release them at?
Well, I think if you were over 25 stone...
What's it got to do with you? What's it got to do with you?
That the person's killing themselves.
What's it got to do with you?
You don't see any fat people over the age of 60. They're gone. They're dead because they've killed them.
I'm going to keep asking the question and I'm hoping you're going to answer it. What's it got to do with you?
I'm in this society, am I not? Along with you and everyone else. And we all have that effect of the drain it is on our society.
What's it got to do with you? You're not answering the question. You're giving me nothing. What's it got to do with you?
Well, what's anything got to do with anyone?
No. What's it got to do with you?
I'm just trying to think of an idea to help people lose some weight.
Again, I'll ask the question again. And it's not a trick question, Andrew. Someone's over 25 stone, right? What's it got to do with you?
Okay, I'll play along.
No, there's not playing along. It's a conversation. What's it got to do with you?
Okay, I'll answer your question. It's got nothing to do with me, and then that will lead you on to say, well, why are you talking about it? Or
please don't tell me what I'm going to say. I'm just curious. You keep going on about this. What's it got to do with you? Whether someone's over 25 stone or not?
Me personally is nothing.
Right, so just let them get on with it.
But it's sad to see people just kill themselves.
That's your own problem. If people choose to live like that, then that's up to them.
Anyway, okay. I said I wanted to call in anyway because you said I was a coward not to call in, so I thought...
Did I? I don't remember. Probably if I did, well done.
Okay, well, anyway, I've obviously made myself look like an idiot and you hate me, so I'll go now.
No,
Cheers.
I don't hate you. He's hung up. I don't hate him. If you're going to come on with something... I'm guessing he was coming on doing it for a joke.
Well, I thought he was coming on with something that strident because he was being ironic, but...
Who is he? I mean, he said... I've said he's a good... I guess we've had something on Twitter, have we? I thought it was a joke.
Here's the thing, right? You can get away with that kind of stuff elsewhere, but if you come on here...
You're going to be challenged.
You'll get picked apart.
I turned my video feed off halfway through that because I didn't like looking at him as we were doing that. I don't hate him. But also, I don't hate people that are overweight. I mean, years ago I made jokes about it, and I've said that, and I feel a bit bad about that. But I'm not saying all overweight people are addicts. Some are lazy, just like some skinny people are lazy. And some people just love food.
Some people have had an injury and they can't exercise.
Yeah.
Some people are disabled.
And some people are addicted. And you can be addicted to anything that changes your brain chemistry. Alcohol and drugs are the obvious one because they are chemicals you are ingesting that literally change your brain chemistry. But sex is another one, and gambling is another one, and self-abuse is another one, and food is another one. It's not... It's not, it's not rocket science.
The other thing is that, doesn't he think that people are over 25 stone are more than aware of that?
Yeah, well, I enjoyed that. I don't hate you, though, Andrew. No, not at all. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio, and with time to change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more.
Set free your mind. Let your fancy take flight. Conversation gets curiouser by the glow of moonlight.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
So, we get some brilliant guests on, and we enjoy them massively. Come the new year, we won't. Listen to this. This guy, the guy playing the trumpet on this. Herb Alpert. We've been after him for ages, and it's been a nightmare to sort out. But today at 4 o'clock, we spoke to Herb. He's got a new Christmas album out, and we weren't sure how it was going to go. Man alive, it was a delight. He was charming, he was funny, he was an old head. And if you keep listening, right at the end, when I think the interview is over, well, he says, wait, before you go, let me play you some. And I thought he was going to play a track from his new CD down the phone. That would have been weird. Oh, no. Mr. Alpert had a trumpet with a bowler hat in by his telephone. Bam, 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 bam. Anyway, it was a delight, it was a joy, it was wonderful, and it was an absolute thrill, and you will hear that joy, and you will hear that thrill in my voice. So stay tuned, please, dear listener, and enjoy me having a chat with Mr. Herb Alpert earlier on today. Is that Herb Alpert?
This is me.
Oh, man alive, what a joy to hear you, sir. My name's Iain. How the devil are you?
I'm pretty good. It's pretty early here, but I'm real good.
Hey, listen, man, before we talk about the Christmas album, and boy, it's a joy, have you got any tips? I've got a really, really bad cold, okay? And I imagine I've got a job and I have to talk, and if I've got a cold, I can kind of get away with it. If you get poorly and you're playing the trumpet, that's got to completely screw things up. You can't cancel a gig in Las Vegas because you've got a blocked-up nose.
Well, no, I can't do that, but I have a singer wife who's also kind of a doctor in her own way.
Really?
And she has all sorts of things to take. Yeah, you take all sorts of things when you get sick with.
It's not like Michael Jackson. She's not giving you naughty injections or anything. It's all legitimate.
Oh, no. She doesn't. No, she's organic all the way.
Good. Hey, listen, man, we love you on our show, and we're constantly playing some of your tracks, you know, the intro to the show and the outro to the show. One of my favourite things that you did, and I loved it as a kid, and I love it now as a middle-aged man. The theme tune to the David Niven version of Casino Royale. That's an amazing piece of music.
Well, it happened by accident.
Go on.
You know, Burt Bacharach was doing the score, and he had somebody, he never really told me. He recorded the title song and wasn't really crazy about it, so he called me. He was in London at the time.
Yeah.
He called me and asked me if I'd put a trumpet on. So I said, well, let me hear the song. So he sang the song over the phone, and I said, that's interesting, because the way I tried to copy the way he articulated the song. He said, "Boo-da, boo-da, boo-da, ba-da, ba, ba, beep, beep, ba, ba, beep, ba, 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 da, but you know, so I tried to do that through the horn, and I had a lot of fun playing the song because I feel like if I can play a song that's fun for me to play, it's going to be fun, hopefully, for other people to listen to. So that's how it came about. And
can I just say as well, sir,
me the tapes.
15-year-old me is jumping up and down with joy at having you sing that music to me. Thank you so much, man. How do you I was reading some incredible stats about you. And that you had an album in the US top 10 continually for about 3 years in the 60s, and it seems phenomenal. You were releasing so many records, weren't you? How did you keep that pace up?
Well, I really love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I started playing the trumpet when I was 8, and this trumpet was talking for me because I was very shy as a kid.
Yeah.
I was an introvert. Oh, I still am an introvert. But this trumpet was making noise for me at 8 years old, and it was talking for me. I wasn't able to get it out of my mouth, but I could get it through the horn. So it's been a good friend for me, and I've been playing ever since. So it's a passion that I love to record. I had great experiences with Sam Cooke in the 50s, and learned a lot from him. And I took all that information, and I got lucky. You know, timing plays a huge part in the success of any artist. You have to be at the right place at the right time, and if you're prepared, you can walk through the door. But if the timing is off, it's not going to happen. You know, it's like if we tried to start A&M Records in today's environment, I don't think we'd have a chance.
One of the friends of this show is Dean Torrance from Jan and Dean, and man alive, we can't get rid of that guy. He's always emailing me asking if he can come on. And of course, you were instrumental, pun intended, in the early success of it was Jan and Arnie, wasn't it? And then Jan and Dean. What was it like working with those guys in the early days?
Well, Jan was a real creative kid. He had no idea what he was doing musically, but he had good instincts. And I found that tune, Baby Talk.
Yeah.
And Jan did his part, and then I arranged the rest of it, and it was kind of a strange session because we had Jan and Dean singing this melody, and then I had to put instruments be underneath them, and so in other words, it wasn't in the era where you were working with a time frame and a time click, and so the song was kind of traveling around rhythmically, so it was a little difficult for a drummer and a bass player.
So they sang it a cappella, and then you put the instruments on after they'd done the vocals. That's incredible.
Yeah, well, they sang it into Jan's tape machine, with those effects. Da, ba, 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 wah, 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 with all that.
Yeah, and all the reverb, the heavy reverb and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then, put the instruments underneath that after they did that. So it was kind of a challenge, but there's one spot in the record where it kind of like really separates from the groove, and every time I'm with a friend and that record comes on, I kind of I cough over it.
You make such wonderful sound with that trumpet, and I know you've been constantly releasing records throughout the decades. I'm guessing as well you must have been on TV. We all know that when singers go on TV shows, more often than not, they don't sing live. They have to mime. And I was wondering what it's like to mime the trumpet. You must have done that on a TV show. Just pretended you're playing the trumpet along to a backing track.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do because, I'm very spontaneous as a musician.
Yeah.
And I try to create as I go along, and each time is just a wee bit different. That's the way I even recorded. When I recorded all those Tijuana Brass records, I never really worked them out or rehearsed them beforehand. So each time I put a trumpet on, it was always like almost that first moment. The only time that I really kind of worked it out was when I did Zorba the Greek, and A Taste of Honey I did as well.
Yeah.
I kind of had the idea of how to approach it. But other than that, it was very spontaneous, and that's the way I've always approach music.
Tell us about the Christmas album. I was so thrilled to see you've got a brand new album out, and I'm a sucker for Christmas, Herb. When as soon as I can, I'm digging out my Christmas CDs, and I've got the Phil Spector, I've got the Dean Martins, I've got the Beach Boys, and now I've got yours as well. And they're on a heavy rotation in my house. What was the thinking behind you doing a Christmas record?
Oh, well, I did one in the 60s with the Tijuana Brass, and I always wanted to do one with orchestra and choir, and that was on my bucket list, but, to do a Christmas album in the heat of summer is pretty weird.
Yeah.
It was done in August, so we were trying to, recreate the Christmas feeling in 90-degree weather, but I think it's a really good album. I'm proud of it. It was orchestrated by Chris Walden, who's an extraordinary orchestrator and musician. So, I don't know. I think the results are fabulous.
Oh, it's a great record, man. Although, I was listening to it at the end of September, so you're right. It's weird. How did you try and create the Christmas vibe in the studio? Did you have, someone set up a Christmas tree and fairy lights and stuff?
Yeah, we did have a few things,
Good.
But I don't know. When you have some music that's fun to play, and like I say, Chris Walden is a great orchestrator. So the minute the orchestra started playing, and I started playing with them, it was like, that's fun. Let's have some fun and make some music. It's just music is music, and I don't know. It's just there's something about being a musician that really is touching. I think it's an amazing opportunity to. I think all art is a mystery. That great mystery of what is that element? Like you say, you heard Phil Spector records that you play, and Jan and Dean, and the other records that happen to touch you, but you can't really put your finger on what is that element that really touches you. What is it? The song? Okay, so now what? Is it the artist? Well, maybe so. I like the way he or she sings. You can't identify it, and I love that aspect of it.
The sum is greater than all the parts.
What's that?
The whole is greater than all the parts. It's like, I genuinely believe that a good record or a good song, it's so many things. It's like voodoo. It's the producer, it's the way they've made that drum sound, it's the singer and how his voice just cracks on. It's kind of like a spell that's cast to get a good record.
Exactly right. I had a big aha. One night I was doing this television show, and Louis Armstrong was one of my guests.
Wow.
And, we had a nice conversation. Then we played together, and that was like, oh, wow, I just really got it.
Yeah.
What Louis was an artist and a musician and a genius, but his personality came right through the instrument.
Yeah.
There was nothing phony about it. It was just, that was Louis. And that was, I think that's the element that all artists are looking for, to just be themselves, get up to their own water level. As my friend Dizzy Gillespie used to say, he says, man, the closer I get, the farther it looks.
Oh, and bless you for just dropping Dizzy Gillespie in there as your buddy. I love it. I've got to ask.
But that's true. You never really, as an artist, you never really get to the promised land. You're always looking for, another way of doing something, getting a little better at, pebble by pebble. Yeah. So it's that pursuit. But the mystery of art is the thing that edges me on. It's like standing in front of a Jackson Pollock painting, and you try to analyze it, you're lost. If you try to feel it and say, just take it in, you might get to the place that you'll understand what he was doing.
Can I ask? 'Cause I am fascinated by the Carpenters, right? And I'm old. I'm 44, and I'm old enough. I was in the audience in about 1981, just before Karen passed. They came and did a kids' TV show over here in the UK, and I was in the audience, and I was like 3 feet away from Karen and Richard Carpenter. And man alive, at the time, I didn't know who they were, Herb. All I was excited about was there was another act called Bernie Clifton who rode an ostrich, and that caught me. And looking back, I'm thinking, man, I could have touched them. I was that close. Again, we talk about magic and spells being cast in the studio. Those records, those sounds are incredible. What were they like to work with?
Well, gee whiz. I mean, she was a lovely young girl that really never had any idea how she had affected so many people in a positive way with that voice. But you ask Karen, I said, what's your strength? And then she'll say, well, I'm a really good drummer. That's how I met her. You know, she was playing drums.
Wow.
And I heard this tape, and I used, what I learned from Sam Cooke. When I auditioned anyone at A&M, I always did it with my eyes closed. I was listening to the feeling. I wasn't going to be razzle-dazzled by the way somebody looked or the way they danced. And so I put on this tape, and I was sitting on my couch in my office at A&M, closed my eyes, and it felt like her voice was sitting right next to me. There was like, wow, what an interesting voice. So I, had a conversation with both of them, and I realized this is the music that just streams out of them naturally. This is the music they love to make. Not necessarily the music that I listen to personally, but I recognized that it was sincere, it was real, it was in good taste, and I don't know. I just said, let's sign them. But when you say you felt her magic, well, let me tell you something. The first couple of records that they put out at A&M, it didn't happen.
Really?
And people in my own company were saying, man, why'd you sign these kids? They're a little too soft, a little too sweet, a little too cute. And after I gave them Close to You, which went through the door and busted their career wide open, everyone said, hey, Herb's not so dumb after all.
Do you miss go on, sorry, Herb.
Ian, it takes that moment. You got to get the catalyst first. That you got that song that you really loved, you heard her voice, and then wow, you accept it, and then with their good taste and abilities to make great records, you fall into that feeling of, wow, they're special.
Do you miss being the head of A&M? I know you sold it, was it in the 80s or 90s, for a lot of money to Polygram or something, and then they took it off in a different direction. Do you miss that? Do you miss finding new talent and going, do you know what, there's a diamond in that rough that I think we can make big success?
No, I don't miss it for a nanosecond, really. I drove out that door in 1990 and never looked back.
Good.
It was a great, experience for me. It started in my garage, the two of us, and then there were 3, 5, 20, 100, and then 500, and all of a sudden it was like too much.
Yeah.
And the lucky part for me is, I didn't want to sell the whole company. I wanted to sell 49% of it, and they kept upping the stakes, and finally, I can't say I'm a visionary, but I felt something coming with the internet. There was something with the zeros and ones, how that could be transferred so quickly, that I said, man, maybe we should head for the hills. That maybe the time is right, and we were lucky. We got out just in time, and then to sell the publishing company, I said, I'm not going to sell it unless I get my catalog back, and that's what happened. They acquiesced to that. I want my catalog and the catalog of my wife, Lonnie Hall.
You don't miss the record company. Do you miss the hair? Because I'm going to be honest, you have one of the best hairstyles of the 60s.
I did, yeah. I've lost a lot.
Do you miss that hair? Do you look back at that and go, oh man, I wish I had that still?
No, I'm a lucky guy. I've had a beautiful life.
Haven't you?
I wish there was peace in the world. That's the only thing I wish for. I wish there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now, and I wish we can get down to some sensible thoughts and have this togetherness.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Everyone deserves. I think so. Yeah. Come on, everyone deserves to be here, and nobody has a special ticket to this game called life. So. I think we ought to learn how to treat each other with respect.
Man, Herb, give us the name of the Christmas album. I'm going to tweet and plug it as well so people know where to go. But what's the album called?
Well, it's called The Christmas Wish, The Christmas Wish, and it was written by, that Christmas Wish was written by Chris Walden and Paul Williams, who wrote the lyrics.
Oh, Paul Williams, wow.
And my wife is singing that song. That's the only vocal on the song, on the album, but there's, obviously lots of songs with the choir singing.
Herb, listen, man, honestly, this is such a thrill to talk to you. Your music has been part of the soundtrack of the last 44 years for me. So thank you for coming on, man, and I wish you the best of luck with the record, and hopefully we'll speak again in the future. Take care, Herb. Thank you, man.
Well, wait, let me give you a little taste here.
Oh, go on. Whoa!
See, that's what I do every day.
Oh,
of my life. I practice.
You couldn't do Casino Royale, could you?
Oh, let's see. I have a mute on, so I don't wake all my neighbors up.
This is the best day ever. Oh, yeah. Buddy! Herb! Okay. If I'd known you had a trumpet, next year, I wouldn't have asked you any questions. I'd have got you to play for 20 minutes, a free concert. I love you, man.
It's not that easy. If you would have asked me, I wouldn't have done it. No, I did it without you asking me.
Honestly, mate, thank you so much. That's such a thrill, and I really hope we get to speak again soon. Take care, man. Thank you.